Hi everybody, Renegade 67 and or 68 and or here and or with and or some and or fate and or stay and or night and or unlimited and or blade and or works and or blind. So last time, bread. This time, we're bread thief. Let's bread. I want to eat some bread. Not really. I actually ate recently, so I'm not that hungry. But we may have hot dogs later in the stream if it goes long. And hot dogs are bread. But if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm gonna cut that out. So we're not gonna have hot dogs later. I'm sorry for your loss. Tosaka, are you awake, Tosaka? There's no reply even after knocking on the guest room door. Uh-oh. Is she naked? No, if she was naked, she'd be complaining. Is she not there? That's possible. It's almost 7. She could not be awake. No, because she's probably awake. She's prepping the food because we're going to have a fancy breakfast date. Or she's going to do that, but she still hasn't waken up yet because she's a late waker. Leaving Fujine aside for the moment, it should be impossible for Tosaka, an honor student, not to be up at this time.
Tosaka? Tosaka? Tosaka?
The way he says it. Tosaka! Tosaka! Maybe that's how you're supposed to say it, but it sounds funny to me. Toe sucker! Get out here, toe sucker. Get out here and suck my toes. Wasn't the food already prepped since the bread is gone already? I don't know how, food making works. I assume she just made lunch at midnight. That sounds like the thing that makes more sense than waking up and doing it first thing in the morning. But I don't want to judge. Maybe she woke up and did it first thing in the morning. That's strange. Would it be that strange, Shiro? I'm not judging. I just said I'm not judging. There's no reply, so is she gone?
ちょっと変だぞ、これ。
That's a bit weird. Maybe she's hanging out in my shed again. I get a bit worried. Oh, you're gonna open the door. Haha, this is when we get the nude scene, right? You're gonna open the door because you're worried about her and she's half nude. We know Tosaka ain't a morning person. It's not like she went out by herself and never returned, right? Aha, yes. It is a genuine concern, so open the door! Open the door and see it! I'll... Of course you look inside. Who do you take me for? Where there is a will, there is a pervert. And that is me. Where there is a will, there is a pervert, and that is me. Great, cool, best choice. Look inside.
よし。
All right. I'll look inside. I have to find out where the bread went, and I'll have to go look for her if Tosaka's not in her room. Completely valid excuse. I go in nervously. Nervously, you know what you're doing, Shiro.
もしもし。
Excuse me? I ask in a whisper, but there's no reply. Is she not naked? Damn it, foiled again.
なんだ。やっぱりいないじゃんか。
Oh, look at Shiro getting all disappointed. No, really, it's me, Renegade, getting disappointed. Oh, she's not in here like I thought. The guest room is the same as always. So where is she, then? What are you doing, Rin? Yeah, in Timeline 1, yeah, there was a lot of Rin stuff here. Here it's less that, because Rin just came over. That's true. Interesting. What's she doing if she's not in the room, then? If she did wake up early, maybe she is, whacking off in my shed. The guest room is the same as always. Or she's having a talk with Archer, right? Like, what if... Because it was today that she dropped the hint that, oh, Shiro, you're like Archer and stuff. Not quite exactly like that. But, so maybe this morning she was having a talk with Archer and then something slipped. So maybe that's what's happening at this very moment? Because Archer didn't come over, but Archer should still exist. So maybe that's the idea. There's nothing strange here. The only thing here is a mysterious rectangular object on the table. Rectangular thing? What is it?
なんだろう、これ。
What is this? Oh, Shiro, don't worry, you'll get tall eventually. Yeah, yeah, that was the tip. Yeah, that was the, like, your height will change. The length and width are about 15 centimeters, and it's 6 centimeters tall. It's made of plastic and looks like a lunchbox. Okay. Oh, Rin will get mad if she sees you see that. You can't see that before I present it to you, Baka. Because she made lunches for you. Uh-huh. That's the lunchbox. It looks like a lunchbox, probably because it's a lunchbox.
じゃなくて、弁当箱だろ、これ。
Ah, actually, it is a lunchbox. It is a bento box. There's three of them. She's already ready for the saber. Maybe she even wants the saber. Maybe because she had Shiro flashbacks. There's a couple of possibilities. One is because she had Shiro flashbacks. She's like, oh well, maybe I should help make Saber happier too if she knows some of Saber's trauma. There's three possibilities. Did I say there was two? There's three. The second possibility is that she's just preparing like, well, I don't want Saber to come along, but if she does, but then the third possibility is like because the Rin route is based off of making her jealous. It seems by going all Saber as hard as possible. Maybe she wants Saber there to be like, oh yeah, I'll have Saber there, and I'll still prove that I'm gonna be the one you like more than Saber. Haha. Or rather, she wants Saber there because she is shipping Shiro with Saber and is trying to refuse the idea that she is actually going to be with Shiro. And it's only later when Shiro is like going so hard on Saber, but Rin can't help the fact that she likes Shiro, even if she was shipping Shiro with Saber. She's like, no, I ship you with me. I ship you with me. Ah. You're daft. Yeah, I would not deny it if that was a thing that was confronted to me by a life choice. What was Rin's last thoughts when almost getting killed by Saber? I don't remember when that happened. I don't know. There's three of them. I have no idea what it's used for or why.
遠坂のやつ、なんだってこんなもの。
Why does Tosaka... I reach out, curious. Then...
え、
Huh? I hear a sound behind me. Rin's coming back, and we're the ones who are supposed to be naked. Oh, I'll take it. Oh, where do I save this? I don't know. I just put it here. Close enough. I was rewarded somehow. I'll take it. She was blending in with the bed. Oh, that's funny. She is kind of like the same color as the bed. Her hair color would be different, but Shiro somehow just missed her on the bed. Oh, this will be even worse. She wakes up to find out you're already in the room. Well, yeah, she's a late riser. It would make sense. Not only is she normally a late riser, but given that she probably spent last night, prepping the lunches and stuff, she probably stayed up late. So she's going to wake up even later than she normally would, which is already pretty decently late from my understanding. But yeah, I like it. I like this image. I'll take it. Thumbs up. We get a little bit of that, a little bit of that shirt slightly open, just a little bit in the front, so you can almost kind of sort of see cleavage, but not really because it's just like brown. But beige. It's posed nicely. Hmm. Oh, there's cats on it. Interesting. I guess she's a cat girl. I never knew, Rin. That makes you like me more. I like cat girls. Maybe he didn't expect to look at the bed because he wasn't expecting her to still be there. I suppose. I guess he didn't want to look at the bed because it was like, oh, wait, if I look at the bed, I'll think about doing it with Tosaka, and that's gross. Cooties. But, the faint sound of breathing. It twists its body and faces in my direction, perhaps because of the bright light. Mmm. Twists its body. It twists its body? Rude, Shiro. She has a name. All the dashes! Hold on. Did you still hear a sound from somewhere, though? Three of them. I have no idea what it's used for. Reach out. Huh? I hear a sound behind me. Oh, I thought the sound was going to be behind, like, from the door coming into the room. But, okay, the bed's behind you. All right. All the dashes. 3 lines of them even, to signify the 3 lunchbox. Or the 3 poundings she will get if she wakes up while he's still in the room. All thoughts vanish in an instant. My mind turns white. Why am I turning the volume up for no sound? I guess I just want it to magically turn into having sound. My breathing stops instantly and I can't look away. I think you already said that your breathing stops. So how many times is your breathing going to stop? The faint sound of breathing. Oh, it's her breathing. I understand. I was misorganizing the breathing sounds. My breathing stops instantly and I can't look away. Oh yeah. Thump, thump, thump. You can tell how healthy it is by the speed of his heartbeats. Sounds decently healthy. My throat gulps. I don't think it'll be bad if I make a sound. It might be pretty bad. She's a son. If you're talking about loud, my heart is loud. I doubt it's loud enough to wake her up. Right. Dashes. No, calm down. You're in danger territory now, Shiro. This isn't the Saber that you were used to with Timeline 1, where you just casually walk up to her half naked and she doesn't care. This is a tsundere. Well, Saber has some Sun elements too, but Rin is more traditionally Sun. Calm down. Calm down, calm down. If you're really going to calm down, it would help if you didn't keep telling yourself to calm down. Shiro's pretty a fit. I assume he has some pretty good heart rate, unless he got some genetic disorders. Ooh. Well, who would he get those from, huh? Who's his parents? I can't afford a mistake. I have to leave this room quietly as if nothing has happened. If I wish for our future cooperation to continue peacefully. I'll probably be killed if Tosaka wakes up right now, and I won't be able to cooperate with her if I keep watching Tosaka. I mean, yeah, you can't be cooperating with her if you're still ogring her the whole time. You won't be able to cooperate her if you're dead. That's one thing. But also, if you watch her too much now, you're just going to be focused on watching her all the time during battles, too. You'll never take your eyes off.
ちょっとごめん。もう少しかかるってば。
Oh, the sleep talking. Sorry, it'll take a little while. It'll take a while to make your lunchboxes. She wears yellow. Did she borrow these from like Taiga? That could make sense because Taiga's more of the tiger because she's a tiger. So she might have borrowed these from Taiga. Because I was thinking usually she would wear like red or black. I like the yellow on her, but it's just unusual. Sorry, it'll take a while. Ellipses! Oh, of course. Shiro's most fantasized by her. Fantasized? Sure. By her when she's wearing yellow, the color that you would most associate Saber with. Haha, even more jealousy. Ellipses! Exclamation point. My body jumps. Tosaka's still asleep. She must be well off in her dreams, as it looks like she'll continue to sleep on. You can hope. Or is that you just dreaming? Phew. I really gotta wonder, is she gonna wake up, or will the narrative be nice enough to let him get away? I sigh and slowly retreat. Do I step on something and make a sound? All the while, I know I shouldn't be watching, but my eyes will not move away from Tosaka. Just save it to the spank bank. Just save it as an image for later, duh, Shiro. I mean, you can't actually whip out a camera, I guess, right now. If you could, that'd be super disgusting. Even if you had a quiet one that doesn't make any flash or anything. I don't think Rin will be that mad if Shiro is seen here, if she thinks that him doing this is a sign of healthy progress. Healthy progress? I mean, is being a pervert healthy? I guess if it means you have fun in some way. If he has fun being a pervert, is that progress? My eyes will not move away from Tosaka. A girl is there sleeping. Tosaka's a girl. She is, indeed. It makes me forget that she's a magus and a master. Her breath and her distorted pajamas. Oh yeah, those pajamas. They compliment her well, I'd say. If I see such a thing, I won't be able to talk to her naturally like I've been doing up till now. At his age, yes, it's healthy. I mean, even in timeline 2, Shiro's had a decent bit of pervertedness. If anything, he needed to shine a bit more. Yes, he's never been as perverted for Rin as he has been for Saber, but that was the problem, maybe. Rin couldn't fully get into him because he was like half-assing between Rin and Saber, and his pervertedness wasn't high enough. I won't be able to talk to her naturally like I'm doing up till now. Oh. Oh.
眩しい。
So bright. Shiro, maybe you should get away. You should step in the way so that the light coming in through the window isn't so bright on her. Is there a window? I assume so, if it's so bright. Dashes. A defenseless sleeping face. She's waking up, all the more reason to walk out quietly, Shiro. Don't get caught and there's no issues. I mean, you'll have super guilt, but that'll only make you closer. It means you'll just confess later on and you'll be able to laugh about it later. But maybe not right now. I mean, you could probably still laugh about it, but she wouldn't laugh about it and you'd probably get hurt first. Just as long as you laugh about the fact that it... Anyways, a defenseless sleeping face. I slowly retreat to the door, not being able to look away from her. You maybe should retreat a little bit faster? Yeah, okay, if you do this in the perfect timing, you can make it look like even if she wakes up, like you were just coming into the room to check on her because you thought she was waking up late. Then maybe she'll be less inclined to beat you up, but probably her sudden reactions will still cause her to beat you up initially. How long did it take me? The 2 meters were infinitely long, and I slide out to the hallway with an almost exploding heart. Are you actually going to make it? No way. Is the narrative going to be that nice to Shiro? No way. 2 meters were infinitely long, and I slide out to the hallway. Exploding heart. He survived! He survived the battlefield! He got the fan service and got away with it! And I take a deep breath. I release the breath I held for so long. My knees give way and I fall onto the floor. I am victorious. Or have I really lost? Because plot twist was awake the whole time. Oh, then she'd be pulling an Asuka. But you gotta wonder, is she really gonna feel good about this, or was self-hatred just make him hate himself more after this? I shouldn't have seen that. I need to confess at some point. I don't know though. He's if there's one thing that he does enjoy, if Shiro gets any joy out of anything, it's being a pervert towards girls to some extent. So I don't know how much he would dislike himself for this in particular. My knees give way and I fall onto the floor.
なんだよ、一体。
Man, what the hell? Well, it's all my fault. It's my fault, but shouldn't extenuating circumstances be taken into consideration? Yes, they should. The extenuating circumstance was, I told you to do it, Shiro. I guided your hand. I'm in control. You will be the pervert when I tell you to be.
悪い、登坂。
Sorry, Tosaka. Are you really sorry? What she doesn't know can't hurt her? Question marks? I mean, that's not always true. But, you know, in this case, if all you did was look and then walked away without doing anything dirty, I would say that counts. Shiro, beneath all the self-hatred and trauma, is a dude who likes those girls. As I murmur, fatigue assaults me. Oh, yeah. You walked through a war field and survived. A minefield, as it were. Man. Well, anyway, I'm glad I got out before I died of lack of exhaustion. That makes me so happy. I'll tell you why that makes me happy. This was released around the time where tsunderes were becoming especially Sure, especially. And the common tsundere thing is they'll wake up and then beat you up because they're a tsundere. And I don't really like the female on male violence. So I am, and Rin is like an archetypal tsundere from what I've heard. So it's like I like that he gets away with it because I don't actually have to see that, but also because I was not expecting him to get away with it. Got a really weird ad about a goat dancing and singing an unknown language. Sounds like their goat is punishing you for missing the Rin fan service. Thing is, Rin throughout the whole game never hit Shiro, really. Well, except for when she attacked him and tried to make him lose his memories. But you're right. She never really did hit Shiro like that, the way Taiga does. That means Taiga's the true love interest. There was a joke there, but then I didn't really tell it correctly, so it just came out wrong. Anyways, I decided to go cook breakfast. It'd be killing two birds with one stone, because making breakfast will calm down my mind, and Tosaka will be happy if it tastes good. Rin is Tsundere from the times where Tsundere wasn't three cliches turned into an entire character. This game came out in what, 2004, 2002? I thought this was like around the perfect time where the Tsundere was like that, but maybe I'm remembering my Tsundere timeline wrong. Oh. I will say, yeah, from experiences with Rin, I'm pleasantly surprised that outside of the one time she attacked me as a master, not as a tsundere. Well, I think it was partially because of her tsundere mentality, but you know what I mean. Aside from that time, she's never really hurt Shiro in a, slapstick comedy way that tsunderes will sometimes do. And I appreciate that big time. Because I'm not a fan of the tsundere female on male violence. She's tsundere in the sense that she'll, talk shit towards Shiro a whole bunch, but she doesn't physically hurt him, which I appreciate a lot. Anyways, Tosaka will be happy if it tastes good.
おはようございます、シロ。今朝は随分とゆっくりなのですね。
Good morning, Shiro. You're at ease this morning. Is he at ease? Does it show on his face?
ああ、おはよう、セバ。今日は日曜で学校がないから、その分ゆっくりしていられるんだ。
Oh, morning,
体
Saber.
の調子もいいから、朝飯が終わったら道場に行こう。
I can relax since it's Sunday and there's no school today. I feel good, so let's go to the dojo after breakfast. Right, but then Rin comes in and interrupts. Is this different or the same, I wonder? I don't remember. She has more of a character than I like this boy, but I can't show it, so I'll abuse him. Because firstly, she never abuses, and secondly, she has a lot more facets than that. Hell, her proposing a date and making the move first is very non-tsundere. Yeah, very much so. I agree. It's I feel like ignoring the whole physical abuse thing, Rin is a fairly typical tsundere, but she's not in a typical narrative, you could say. She's got layers beyond the fact that she's just a tsundere, of course. But I think under normal tsundere circumstances, she wouldn't have made the first date move. But she was like, oh, Shiro hates himself. He needs to like himself. It's not very normal for the main character to hate themselves as much as Shiro does. Or if they do hate themselves, it's more obvious, if you know what I mean. Like, they'll be one of those, I hate myself and the world, but I'll still save people because, So, I guess kind of like future Shiro. I feel good, so let's go to the dojo after breakfast. I greet her while I peel some potatoes.
ええ、望むところです。
Is it the same? I don't remember,
半
it's
身
been a
の麻
while.
痺は完治したのですね。
Well, I'm waiting for the skip scene, basically. Yes, it'll be great. So your numbness is healed?
そういえばそうだった。
Oh, you're right, healed when I was
治っ
sleeping.
てた。
It's a bit heavy,
まだかすかに重いけど、この分なら明日には治って
but
る
it
さ
should be fully healed by tomorrow. Mm-hmm.
それは良かった。マスターが傷を負ったままでは私も立つ瀬がない。
That's good. I cannot be
シロ
at
がい
ease
つ
if my
も通
master
り
is
厨
wounded.
房
I
に
can
立っ
relax
て
if
い
I
る
see you
と
in
私も安心できます。
the kitchen, like always. Hubba, hubba. That's right. That's right. Even after Shiro was injured, Saber was like, "You should take care of yourself, master, after you finish cooking the meal, because damn, I want your cooking, please." Saber. Saber takes a seat in her usual position beside the table. It's 8:30. Fujine and Tosaka are sleeping in, but I can't complain today. Yeah, and you know Tosaka's sleeping in.
そうだよな。おかげでようやく忘れてきたし。
Yeah, and thanks to that, I'm starting to forget about it too. Tosaka's sleeping face is being replaced with potatoes and onions. It's not completely the same. I should be fine even if Tosaka comes. PTSD. Replaced with potatoes and onions, huh? Interesting. Maybe you can imagine, like, the potato is her face, the onions could make up the eyes and the mouth. You can make some small onions to be the nose. That's interesting. I'm imagining now Tosaka, her face drawn completely with potatoes and onions. It looks funny. I'd be able to deal with her like, all wet. Uh-oh.
おはようり。昨夜はゆっくり眠れたようですね。
Good morning, Rin. It seems you were able to sleep well last night. Uh-oh! I freeze. Did she catch on? Did she figure something out? Or did we get away with it? I'm so scared that I can't turn to the living room. I think this is different.
おはよう。別にそうでもなかったんだけどね。日差しは眩しいし、0時過ぎてもゴソゴソやってる奴らはいたし。
Once we get to the point of being able to skip scene, I will probably quickly go back and just check a little bit of this, because I think this is different, but the light was bright and there were people moving about even past midnight. Definitely different. Yeah, I don't believe he was this jumpy, because I know he wasn't really comfortable with Rin staying over, but I don't think he was this jumpy. There are people moving around even past midnight, and even maybe just before you wake up. You were able to sleep well. Not too well? Well enough that you didn't wake up when Shiro was in your room. You're just a heavy sleeper. Tosaka answers Saber. She goes in the living room. The ashes? This is a crucial moment. Calm down, calm down. It's easy. I just have to prepare tea for the three of us and greet her as I go see her. All right. You can do it, Shiro. I believe in you. Gambareo. I put the cups in a tray and take one final deep breath. I go out from the kitchen into the living room. The battle begins again. I put the tray on the table.
よ、今朝はじゃがいもと玉ねぎさ、Tosaka.
Yo! It's a morning with potatoes and onions, Tosaka. My breath stops. They both probably were like, you sound weird. As long as they don't find out why, it's fine, Shiro. Admit to nothing and they'll never know. Tosaka is wearing something unfamiliar again. Oh, she's wearing her casual clothes in your house. You've seen those before, right? Have you not seen those in this timeline? Normally she'd wear the school uniform, I guess. No, you've seen those. I guess she was wearing her overcoat. Dashes. I don't remember anymore what he has and hasn't seen. Calm down. It's alright. I saw her in normal clothes yesterday. I should have some resistance. I guess he wouldn't be as used to this outfit because he hasn't been staying with her the whole time like in Timeline 1. I feel like he's seen it before though. Maybe I don't remember. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Or maybe I don't remember correctly. They're blending together. You're becoming like Archer now? Who, me? My timeline experiences are blending together? I should have some resistance.
違う、訂正すると、今朝は和食ってことなんだ。
No, I mean, we're having Japanese food for breakfast this morning. It's a morning with potatoes and onions, Tosaka. Wait, exactly how did that go again? Before, when he was... Numbness is healed? Oh, you're right. Master is wounded. Can relax. Saber takes a seat and uses blah, 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 blah. I'll forget to... Tosaka sleeping face being replaced with potatoes and onions. I'm starting to forget about it, too. I can't complain today because he's starting to make the food? Or is it because he's looking at food, not that they'll make Japanese food? I mean, we're having Japanese food for breakfast this morning.
もう少しかかるから、とりあえずお茶でも飲んだろ。
I'll take a bit longer, so have some tea while you're waiting. Oh, I just thought the way he said it was weird. I didn't realize the what he said was weird, too. Okay, double weird. Cool. Just have some tea while you're waiting. We will not be having potatoes and onions. At least not as the sole dish. I put the cups in front of Saber and Tosaka. Then...
何のんびりしてるのよ。今日は出かけるんだから早く用意しなさい。
You're the one who was slow waking up, Tosaka. Why are you so slow? We're going out today, so get ready quickly. Rude. Tosaka glares at me as if breakfast can come later.
は？出かけるってどこに？
Huh? Where are we going?
隣町までよ。本当は遠出したいけど、さすがにそこまでの余裕はないでしょ。だから妥協案ってことで。
To the neighboring town. I want to go somewhere far away, but we don't have much time, right? Or we don't have such time. So it's a compromise. Huh? Is this some sort of new surprise attack? Is she getting back at me for seeing her? Did she know? I don't get what Tosaka wants.
はあ、妥協案は分かったけど、何しに？
Okay, I get it. But why are we going there?
何って遊びに行くに決まってるじゃない。デートよ、デート。
We're gonna have fun, of course. It's a date. How will Shiro feel about that? After seeing the sleeping face, will it hit him at all, or just the normal thing of having a date? Is that enough of a hit already?
デートって誰が誰と？
Date? Who and who?
私とシローが。
Shiro and I. She declares naturally. Huh? After tilting my head in wonder.
デートって俺と遠坂が？
Date? Me and Tosaka?
それ以外に誰がいるのよ。昨日の夜そう言ったでしょ。
Who else is there? I told you last night, right? Now I think we're back on track. Yeah, I thought so too. I was just, maybe seeing if there was a slight change because of that. Gah! I feel dizzy. I want to say something back, and Tosaka is standing so majestically that I can't object. Oh, majestically.
ほら、いいから行くわよ。どうせこんなことだろうと思ってたし、お弁当作っておいたから。
Come on, let's go.
シローはこのトートバッグを持ってついてくる。
I knew this was like to happen, so I made some lunch. Here, follow me and carry this tote bag. She hands me a green tote bag and leaves the living room. So are we gonna skip breakfast in this timeline? I suppose we had breakfast in the other timeline, because, in the other version of events, because we got the tofu? Was it tofu? I don't remember. Dashes. I stare after her, dumbfounded.
シロー、リンの後を追わなくていいのですか？
Shiro, should you not follow her?
ああ、ちょっと待て遠坂。
Hold on, Tosaka! Okay, let's go on a date. We're back on track. Okay, said I was gonna go back on it, but given how much he freaked out, I guess I don't think I have to go back on it. There is the other choice of just not going into Tosaka's room, but like, why would we be a coward when we could not be a coward? We've already been a coward and we got away with it, so like, I ain't no coward. So let's just continue. Skip this scene, sure. 11th day Shinto special. Skip this scene, sure. 11th day afternoon, return home. Caster's attack. Skip this scene. You betcha. What? Oh, we're supposed to refuse. My memory. What are we doing? I think we refuse? That's correct. Wise fool, you just said refuse in the chat, but you already did it already after I already made the save point. You're too slow. Refuse. Skip this scene, yes. Withdrawal, skip this scene, yes. Tosaka Rin 6, yes. Distance, sure. Witch's plan, sure. Reason to fight, sure. Never obey the crazy chicks. I mean, I think it can be pretty kinky. At least we can have some fun bad ends. Captured night, sure. Choice. I probably won't be able to skip it. Okay, meet up with Tosaka. Go to the church for advice. Oh, going to the church is just a bad end. We don't do that. So meet up with Tosaka. Skip the scene, sure. Unlimited, sure. Confrontation between Rin and Castor. Wait. Oh, there is no choice. He just ultimately is like, yeah, we have to go to the church. So 12th day, don't saber. I have that written down. This is the 12th day. What does that mean? Maybe it means by the 12th day you can maybe have things on track? I don't know. I'll go out. I can give Tosaka an opening now. Not, I wonder if this matters. Helping Tosaka. So even if you say not to help Tosaka, Shiro's like, I'm gonna help her anyway. So what I'm planning to do is, don't we get bad ended if we go out? Oh, wait, what? Oh, right, it's the later choice that we have to go out. That's the thing. The first choice, not yet, I can't act recklessly, of course. I forgot that there was two. You're right. Now, this one, it doesn't matter. You're terrible at taking notes. Yeah, probably. Now, this one, it doesn't matter. But I think helping her is correct. I assume it would give her Rin points, if anything. They both end up doing the same thing, but help her. Skip, sure. Foreigner's ceremony, skip, I guess? Sure. Warm dinner time? At this point, everything is supposed to be set till 15th. I guess if there's any big change, it would stop me from skipping scenes, I would assume. So skip. Is there a way? Skip. I don't have any plans. We'll just fight head on. We can't. Is there a secret passage? We can't do this ourselves. We'll cooperate with other masters. The good type. The good type? Rin smile. Hey, that's a good name for a scene. Skip. Nap. Plan determined. Sleep. Skip. Sure. Intermission. Media. Definitely can skip that. We're not waifuing her. Winter Forest. The Great Devil gets really angry. Oh, the Great Devil? Who's the Great Devil in this circumstance? But yes, skip. The Great Devil is Rin because she's shocked by Elia's force field. Entering Einsburn Castle. Skip. Gilgamesh versus Berserker. Skip. Oh, you have to... Wait, you have to stop the man. That's right. You stop the man because if you restrain yourself, Lancer never shows up and then you get killed by yourself. Stop the man! Distortion, skip? Yeah. Winter Forest, skip? Yeah. Puppet Master, you betcha. Your distortion, sure. Lancer's proposal, you betcha. We're not gonna NTR Kazuki. The guy's got enough problems. NTR. I believe you. I forget what that stands for, if I ever knew. Skip the scene, sure. Oh, right. Do I care enough to see what the other choice does? Because the other choice would be, oh, right. Because I don't mind under one condition, and I enjoy that condition. I think that would give, Ren points, right? Because if you say I don't mind under one condition, you're like, stay away from Tosaka. I think that would give Rin points. So I'll go under one condition. I don't mind under one condition. Rin-sama embarrassed and angry. Skip this scene? Sure. I suppose I could see what the scene is like if I just say alright. But like, I believe in my choice. It was some of the best laughing I've had in a long time was the scene where you choose to say, on one condition. So, I don't need to give a condition. I guess I could see the alternative, but nah, let's just keep going. Skip. Pass the night. Skip this scene? You betcha. Battle start at the church. Skip. Oh boy. Showdown. Skip. Why not? Lance of sure hit. Shield of no loss. Skip. Rin's clever attack. Skip. Choice. What choice? Oh, right. UBW is truly a rom-com outside the Shiro and Archer dynamic. What's wrong with stopping them if I can? That, I feel like this is correct because, like, even though both, apparently, there's no problems, I feel like what's wrong with stopping them sounds correct because it sounds like that should be the Shiro way. So what's wrong with stopping them if I can? Ideal skip? Sure. Reality marble, skip. Return with saber, skip. Captured princess. Your princess is in another tsundere. Skip. To the place of conviction. Sure, we can skip. Original and fake. Skip. Versus. Skip. End of a hero. Sure. Answer. Sure. Enemy that must be defeated. Sure. Contradictory Holy Grail. Sure. Return home night before the final battle. This seems important. Hold on. I'm gonna not skip this. I'm probably going to control through a lot of it, but I'm not going to skip it entirely.
シロ、傷はもう痛まないのですか?
I feel like if there's a change, this is when the change will happen. There might not be a change. It might just be you get a different epilogue. I don't know how this shit works. Shiro, your wound's alright. Yeah, I feel good. I can still use my circuits. I skipped way too much. Whatever. The situation isn't good. Control really skips a lot at once. The situation isn't good at all. The last servant Gilgamesh. Okay, we can skip this. Skip till the rom-commy stuff. We have to fight him. We don't have any plans to beat him. The more we think about it, the more it's hopeless. It's only natural for us to grow quiet. But Rin has a plan. I don't think there's only one reason to be quiet. This is probably the end. This will be the last time we'll go into battle like this. No matter what the result may be, what awaits us does not change. The Holy Grail will end. War will end. If anything changed, you wouldn't get the option to skip. Sure, but I still want the context reminded in my mind. Because, you know, and also, it's possible the game could fuck up. Which, I don't know. So, yeah, context, of course. After that, the three of us won't be able to talk like this. Looking back, it was only a course of about 10 days. I never had time to think back about what happened the day before, and I was too busy with all the events that came up one after another. But they weren't just painful events. Looking back at these past 10 days are precious memories. Like the time I went on a date with Rin. It feels like just yesterday. Or wait, I did it today. But actually it wasn't today. It was like 5 days ago for you or something like that. 4 days ago. It was 4 days, not 5. These past 10 days. So only the past 10 days? So like day 4 and earlier weren't precious? Is day 5 when you started cooperating with Rin? That might be correct. So day 4 and 5 when I was just with Saber? That wasn't precious at all. Gosh. And they're just dashing. Like a bunch of dashers. Like Destiny Hero Dasher. That's why we're keeping our mouth shut. Because all we can do is beat Destiny Hero Dasher. Everyone is a little bit Destiny Hero Dasher. We don't want to admit the obvious truth. The decision should be clear to all of us already. We can't say it because we don't want it to end like this.
じゃあ、私から言うけど。
Then I'll say it.
私はアーチャーの仇を。
Avenge Archer. He's not dead though.
裏切られたし、
He's not actually dead
ひどいや
yet.
つだったけど。
Tosaka's made up her mind. She's twisted, but he's Shiro. And I said he was a she for a second. Oops. Well, then again, Shiro was best girl, so. Hey, shoutouts. She says that she will fight Gilgamesh. She clearly states that she will end this fight.
シロは
Incorrect choice.
セイバーにはどうしたって付き合ってもらうけど、マスターじゃないあなたには無理強いできない。
You guys beat Gale and Kirei Arya with a weaker Saber and a weaker Shiro easy. Yes. However, Shiro fought Kirei and Saber fought Gilgamesh. Also, Saber had Avalon. There's still a debate if Saber, even when she's boosted like this, if she could beat Gilgamesh without Avalon. I think I could see it going both ways, but I can't force you to fight since you're not a master.
あの金ピカ白を
Goldie
目の
really hates
敵
you,
にし
so
て
I
るみ
think
たい
he'll
だ
be
し
if you versed him. So just trying to be but I'm determined. I can't let Gilgamesh be. I intuitively know the Holy Grail shouldn't exist, but there's a bigger reason for me not to back out of this. Because Archer said I have character development, that I need to surpass myself, and that I can beat him because the fakes can surpass the originals. I have made him his defeat. My path is determined.
やつを倒す
I'm gonna defeat
そ
him.
う
I won't stop you.
頼む
I can't just ignore the
聖
Grail.
杯が
If
奴
it
の
is
言う
what
通りの
it
も
Papa
の
do,
だ
then
と
it's
した
bad. Dashes. Saber has fought with the objective to obtain the Holy Grail. The only big different variable is the exploding Grail. I mean, sure, but also Avalon. I think Avalon's a big value, but you know. Ilya just spewed out mud. Well, sure, but I mean, that's the question though. Did Kirei find some way to do that to Ilya? Did he like press some buttons on her body to make that happen? or was it natural? Ooh. Her hesitation and reluctance aren't easily overcome, but still.
承知しています
Yokai shimashita. I understand. Or sorry, not yokai. Ryokai. Ryokai? Ryokai.
聖
Ours
杯
are
がギル
hard.
ガメッシュの言う通りのものな
Japanese
らば
ours.
それはこ
They're
の世
barely
にあっては
there,
な
but
ら
they're
ないもの
there.
です
She kills her wish in essence.
よし
Alright. I get up and head to the kitchen. I put on the apron. The apron of awesome. I tie it behind my back and roll up my sleeves. Yeah, let's do this.
白
Manly dinner.
何かいいアイデアでも思いついたの
Get to the rom-com? I guess. Did you come up with a good idea? Yeah, I'm gonna make you jealous. Didn't I tell you already? Has it worked?
ねあいや飯
Food.
話は決まったんだ
And we need to act like always. We'll eat dinner together and go beat him after that. Housewife Shiro to the rescue, of course. Bowl and frying pan, everything in the refrigerator so that we can get straight to the rom-com. Once we get
いつも
food
通り
in our
夕食を
bellies,
迎えましょう
rom-com.
私たちにはその方が合っている
You are right. Let us eat dinner like always. That suits us.
そうねじゃあ私も手伝おっかな
Prepare the bath. Maybe
セイラ
that's
は
what
お風呂沸か
changes.
してきて
Maybe in the Rin route we get to see the bath. She said prepare the bath, and that doesn't go anywhere. My perverted mind wants to see the bath scene. Imagine you did all this and we just get the same ending. Well, if that's the case, I saw a bunch of alternate routes, so I'll be able to just completely skip through if I have to do it again. So sometimes just appears like that. The living room suddenly becomes more lively. This will be love. We're doing the best to keep the things. Now. Oh, is it a new scene? Okay, it's not. Good. I don't have to feel stupid. So, after eating dinner consisting of Western, Chinese, and Japanese food, we start the customary strategy meeting. Oh, right. Now it's the strategy. I thought we were at rom-com.
ええ
Yeah, the Rio Temple will be the summoning place this time.
竜道寺ですか
Rio Temple, that's
あの山には
troublesome. We can only enter the
三門
mountain through the front gate, which means, oh yeah, it's going to be a fight. I thought we already strategized. I guess we have to eat and after strategizing and before. It's a strategy sandwich. No, wait. Yes, it is, because we eat before and after strategizing. Or I guess before the strategizing, they were just depressed about it, and then after they actually strategizing, that's true.
セイバー
待った聖杯を壊すってそれはセイバーじゃないとできないんじゃないのか
そうね
We
私
can't
たちに
destroy
呼
the
び出
Holy
され
Grail.
て正確には
聖杯を停
If
止さ
Shiro's a
せるって
servant from the
どういう意
future
味
past, can he destroy it? I guess not, because he's not, like, made of Grail juices. Still, though, it's interesting. But if he, like, recreates the weapon that a servant makes,
今までの話を総合
does
する
that
と
count? Or is there
聖
some
杯はエリ
level...
アスフィールの心臓でしょ
Is there some level of servant juice surrounding the servant themselves that protrudes to the weapon so that even if Shio remakes a servant's weapon, he still doesn't have the servant juice that would let him destroy the Grail if he was theoretically strong enough to do so? Questions and thoughts and theories.
けど聖杯っていうのはエ
There's
リア
no
スフ
theory, it
ィ
was
ール
just
の
a
体
question.
魔術回路とセットだと思うあいつはイリアスフィール
Didn't
が
want
聖杯
Ilias
にな
feel. He wanted
とする
someone
と
more
ね
gross.
聖杯として機
Actually, he
能さ
wanted
せるため
Rin.
には
Rin's not more
も
gross.
う一度
What
魔
is
術師
she?
の体に埋め込まないとい
Shinji's
私がここ
definitely
にい
more
る以
gross,
上
though.
あいつが聖
信じってことか
But Shinji,
不可しがたえ
No
た
way.
イリアス
He's not Ilias Veal. That's the end of his character arc. Well, that's kind of cool, I guess. But, like, we kill off Ilia that quickly just so Shinji can have his gross character arc? How dare they?
ですが
そう。
そうね。だから。なるほど。
They said something about that topic back in the Fate route, where servants can only be hurt by other servants, but they could be hurt by everything. Even a butter knife in their hands can hurt another servant. Yeah, like, theoretically, servants are the only ones strong enough to hurt other servants, but that's not true in practice. So is that true with the Grail? Like, oh, only a servant can destroy the Grail. Only a servant can touch the Grail. I understand the idea of a servant being able to touch the Grail, but I think that's different than being able to destroy the Grail, I think.
私は単身でさ、凛とし、マスター。そういうこと。
Exactly.
それは無
That's
茶だ。
reckless.
足止めなんてで。
何よ。全くです。その根拠を言ってくれ。
いや、これは絶対だ。
Intuition. Normally, it's the freaking what's the thing I'm looking? Tropal, archetypical thing for the women to have the intuition that's like a woman's intuition, but a man can have intuition too. I mean, if nothing else, what is the spider sense? If not intuition. I mean, the spider sense is not really intuition; it's cheating intuition because there's an actual sense where it makes his body go, as opposed to a real sense that you could just have and go, "That's my intuition."
はあ、そういうこと。
Anyway, Shira's fighting Gilgamesh. Get to the rom-com. Ah, this is when she has the revelation that Shiro should do it. What's wrong, Tosaka? Why'd you shut up all of a sudden? I see, that's why I treated you like an enemy. Huh, that means... She blushed! Rin, what's wrong? Why are you behind me? Is this different? I don't even know enough. Probably not, because I think it's all still the same scene. I think, but I don't know. It might not be the same scene, because it could technically be a different scene. That's why I didn't give you an option to skip scene, because it could be different. Shiro's intuition is probably a mixture of his crazy eyesight and his ability to copy and paste swords. Is that instinct? Or intuition? Copy and paste swords. I don't know if that's intuition. I think that has more to do with his, I don't know, inner goodies, but... It's the same? Alright. I don't know, she seems kind of blushy, so I'm like, why are you so blushy if you don't want to romance me, Rin? Or you don't want to go all the way with your romance? It's nothing. I'm gonna think, so just talk it over with the two of you. Yeah, I guess people can have a normal intuitiveness, but you know, Spider-Mans have spider senses. Saber and I look at each other. Well, I'll leave her alone if she has an idea. Boy fighting Archer. This goes on for a while, if I remember correctly, yeah. I have backup from Rin. I can use my little phantasm. You know, phantasm. Invisible air. No, invisible air is only a sheath. I can use my actual Excalibur that we never find out about in this timeline. Grumble, 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 grumble. I assume UBW Shiro's like a mind's eye E. Ah, yeah, that's correct, because if we go to the statuses, all the stuff we never checked, it's true that Archer does have the mind's eye thingamajigger, which is where... Magic, Mind's Eye True B. Insight fostered by training. Combat logic that allows for calm analysis of the situation, enemy's ability in spite of danger, and consideration of all possible actions in a particular situation. There's even 1% chance of comeback. The is greatly improves. Yeah. So maybe, yeah, he could have Mind's Eye E at this point. Magic C-. Orthodox magic. That's probably still the same. There's part of me that's like, maybe his magic was actually D in the other timeline. And now it's C- because we're in the Tosaka route, which means we romance even harder, so his magic gets even better. If that wouldn't really make sense with how my understanding of what Archer is, but I don't know, it was a thought. He's my holy sword, friend allows it. Previously destroyed the Holy Grail. Be up to Tosaka. Yes, it'd be a big burden if Ren's using probably the most energy. Did you hear that? Tosaka using mystical energy. Mind's Eye have to pay respects? Who are we paying respects to? Yulia? Huh? I love the Nandemonai. For some reason. I just love it whenever anyone says that. Don't just leave me alone. I know about Saber's no phantasm. We don't, apparently. I see, I'm Saber. That's what's like saying. So what do you think? I don't know if Archer is existing no phantasm. He should have his own equal mind. After that, depends who's stronger. I see, so it's going to end up being a fight between no phantasms, huh? Then Gilgamesh is likely to win. I can't let Saber fight such a hopeless battle. Ah, man, I can't think. She's been acting strange. Why does she keep looking at me like that? Oh! Tosaka, come on out with it if you want to say something. You have an idea, right?
ないわよ。こんなところで言えるわけないでしょ。バ
I
カ。
don't have an idea. I can't say such a thing here, you idiot. Right, she can't say it in front of Saber, of course. We have to be private. But if I go to Saber, she's going to be forced to... She yells at me and looks away awkwardly.
シロ、
いや、なんでもない
It's nothing. She's acting weird, so let's ignore and keep planning. We continue with the strategy meeting with just the two of us. But as our brain, Tosaka won't talk, we can't come up with anything. Oh, of course. Because you aren't smart enough to come up with anything, Shiro.
ないんならさっきの案でいいでしょ。
Go with the previous plan if you guys can't come up with anything.
結婚は夜明け前だから。それ
Now,
ま
before
で
dawn,
各自
everybody's to rest until then. Our course of action is decided by Tosaka. Oh, it is all the same scene, I suppose. Unless it's again not, if it's slightly different. Sometimes passed after that. It's almost midnight. Ellipses. Tosaka told me I should take a nap, but I can't sleep in a situation like this. I need to make a choice. We need to settle our score with the servants in a few hours. Since we're heading out before dawn, everything should be over by the time the sun rises. Ellipses. I can't just lay here and not do anything. Go over strategy with Tosaka. Go to the dojo to check up on Saber. Yep. Dojo 15th night. So, dojo to check up on Saber it is. Hold on. I guess I could make a save real quick just in case this matters. I don't know. Maybe, like, you can, like, I don't know. Maybe not doing Saber too much is important. And just in case you want to not do Saber too much. Do I not do Saber too much? I can go back to this choice and try again, in case it doesn't work because I did Saber too much. Do I not do Saber too much? I don't want to do Saber too much. Alright, cool. So then, yeah, let's do that Saber. Go to the dojo to check up on Saber. Be with that girl. Oh, yeah, of course. We're gonna do the Saber route. She needs that love, yeah. Screw the Rin route. She's gonna have to force it on me if she wants it. Go to the dojo to check up on Saber. I'll go talk to Saber. Even if we're able to defeat Gilgamesh, Saber will leave once the war ends. Saber will destroy the Holy Grail herself and be relieved of her duty as a servant. I won't be able to see her ever again. That sounds bad. A last conversation. Won't be able to see her ever again, huh? You know, unless you get that subconscious timeline knowledge. I want to save something between us before we go into our final battle. Save something, save a word, save a moment, save your game. Let's have a proper goodbye now. I guess it's true that he never had a proper goodbye in that version of events, the other version. However, you know, it wasn't that bad because they were both kind of just bros. ooh, my voice. I want to save something between us before we go into our final battle.
Shiro, どうしたのです？こんなと
Shiro,
ころに。
why are you here? Isn't this the Rin waifu route? It is, but for some reason this is the correct choice.
いや、どうしたって、なんとなくセイバーの顔が見たくて。あ、もしかして迷惑だったか。
Oh, I just felt like
戦い
coming
に
to
備
see
え
you.
て精神集中してたとか。
Oh, am I a bother? Were you just meditating in preparation for the battle? I gotta preparate for the battle.
いえ、そのようなことはないのです。
No, that's not true. Didn't Taiga mention something about having one flower or flowers on both hands? I thought it was, though, I thought what she was saying was that you have to be careful about the flowers and that you gotta focus on one flower. Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but I thought she said you don't want the two flowers. Maybe you do want the two flowers, but I thought you didn't want the two flowers. No, that's not true.
私もちょうどシロの顔が見たかったので嬉しいのですが、シロはリンの部屋に行ったものと思いまして。
You would think so, wouldn't you? No, that's not true. I am happy since I wanted to see you as well, but I thought you went to Rin's room. Yeah, maybe you figured out the thing too with me? Although you wouldn't necessarily want me to be the one to fight Gilgamesh, but you're a smart battle cookie, so you might have figured it out too. Or you also have some somewhat feelings for me in some form, at least in a, not platonic way. Or maybe the reason this is the Rin route is because by doing Saber enough times, Saber actually gets a little more romantic for you, and that forces Rin to get jealous. Without even, I didn't think she would actually get the romantic. The Saber would be the romantic, but it's possible. I thought you went to Ren's room.
なんで俺が遠坂の部屋に行くんだ別に呼ばれてないぞ、俺。
Why would I go to Tosaka's room? She didn't call for me. Yeah. What business would I have for her? You think we're in some kind of relationship?
そうですね。私が勝手に思い込んでいただけですから、
What?
気にしないでください。
You are right. Please do not worry about it since it was just my imagination. Oh, you seem pretty flustered. Is this normal, I wonder, or is this a sign of the Ren route? Is this, if you do Saber enough times, she starts getting the romance feelings for you, and so that's what makes Rin or you don't even make Rin This is supposed to be the Rin. We'll see. She didn't call for me. Please do not worry about it since it was just my imagination.
ただその方がいいと思ったのですが、こういうのも老婆心というのでしょうか。
Or maybe you were just subtly shipping me and Rin, or you maybe not even shipping, but you thought we'd be together. Maybe you saw the signs. I thought that would be for the better, but I guess that was my concern. Question marks? I thought that would be for the better, but I guess that was my concern. It'd be for the better if Shiro stayed with Rin, because maybe I've been with you so many times that you think I like you, but I actually like Rin more. As I said in the One Taiga version of events, maybe. But you think that I like you more, and you are worried because you think I shouldn't be with you. Or something? Saber's acting even weirder. The Rin choice said that you had to only do 4 of them. The Rin dojo, so I'm like, is this one required though? Or can you do like the other 4 and not do this one? Because like if this is the one that always happens, this seems, I don't know, it seems noteworthy. I don't know why, but I guess she'll blush even more if I let her be. You don't know why, Shiro? There's a couple different options. Pick one.
どうしたんだよ、セイバー。なんかおかしいぞ、お
What's wrong, Saber? You're acting weird.
前。なんかあったのか
Did something happen? A few things have happened, right?
おかしいところなどありません。私はただ戦いに備えて英気を養っているだけです。
I'm not acting weird, I'm merely resting in preparation for the battle. Oh! Thought, theory, idea. Since Rin and Saber are connected now, maybe Saber and Rin, I mean, it didn't last long, and they were separated, but maybe they started having some dreams of each other. So maybe Saber had like a dream from Rin's perspective where she was all hot for Shiro. So Saber knows how deeply Rin's feelings are for Shiro because of that? I could see that being a thing for sure. I doubt they would have had a girl talk about it, but maybe. I'm not acting weird. I'm merely resting in preparation for the battle.
そういうシロこそどうしたのです。夜明けまで仮眠を取り、万全の状態で竜道寺に向かうのではないのですか。
But what about you, Shiro? I thought you were going to sleep so that you can go to the Rito Temple in perfect condition. If you ask me like that, I can't tell it's because I want to see her face. Are we too far into the Saber route? Oh no. Or is that the point? It's because I wanted to see her face. I can't tell her, so... Huh. Yeah, that feels like a Saber sexual answer, which you haven't had in quite some time.
俺も眠れなくてさ。どうせ起きてるなら、セイバーとお茶でも飲もうかなって。
I couldn't sleep either. I just thought I'd drink tea with you since I'm awake.
ほら、遠坂のやつはなんか忙しそうだから。
I think Tosaka's busy, you know? I mean, she's gonna wanna be busy with you. She comes to get you eventually if you just think, so I assume she comes to get you here too. Does she interrupt? And maybe the interruption is more bombastic in this version of events if we're on the Tosaka route? I assume that's when the change would be. It would be after, that's what I was assuming before, was that it would be after Tosaka bursts in is when things would start changing, if they would start changing. But maybe this is already different because I haven't seen the other possibility when I'm on the true ending. I don't know if it's different, so that's kind of fun in its own right. I think Tosaka's busy, you know? I come up with an excuse on a whim. An excuse, huh?
お茶ですか。あと数時間もしないうちにあの英雄王に挑むというのに。
Tea? Even though we will be fighting the King of Heroes in a few hours?
ああ、どうせお互い緊張して休めないんだろ。
Yeah, we can't rest because we're so tensed up, right? She's gonna vanish once the girl's gone. I mean, sure, her and Shiro can have a moment, but throughout most of the game, it's been more bromancing, and they've had some fine bromance. But even when you choose her choices, he hasn't felt like, oh, I have to see your face, in basically the rest of the timeline. So maybe one kiss before she leaves. Oh God, if Rin walks in on them kissing, and that leads to the Rin good end, like that would be interesting. It could be like she sees them kissing, and then Rin's like, no, Shiro, but I love you. Yeah, we can't rest because we're so tensed up, right?
なら付き合えよ、セイバー。とびっきりのお茶をご馳走するから。
Then have tea with me. I'll make you the best tea.
はい。喜んでお付き合いします。シロ。
Yes, it'll be my pleasure to have tea with you, Shiro. Oh man, that blushing. If it's decided, I should hurry up. How time-consuming will this be exactly, and will you get interrupted? Should hurry up. I'll go to the kitchen. Brew the Chinese tea I bought for a special occasion. Oh, a special occasion using it on this, huh? And I'll treat Saber. Do you get cut off because Rin shows up? Shiro doesn't even know any of Saber's BS and backstory. He's just smitten. Which, I mean, from the first time he saw Saber, he was a Saber-sexual without even really knowing her backstory. He was, you know, just smitten then too, so it's not too weird, but you're getting cut off. Is Rin gonna cut you off? No. It's just a transition, so we didn't do anything but drink the tea. Didn't make out or anything? We didn't talk, not even a single word. You just enjoyed each other's company. That's nice, I guess. We just absent-mindedly stared at the dojo. We watched the wooden floor we used to train on. Uh-huh.
シロ、そろそろリンのところに。彼女のことですから、新しい考えがまとまっているでしょう。
Okay, so instead of Rin showing up, you're gonna push me in that direction? Shiro, please go see Rin. Knowing her, I'm sure she has her new idea thought out. Uh-huh. So I guess that's just something we all understood, even if Rin thought she was being sneaky. Like, don't worry about it. If we can, we'll just go with that plan. But I guess we all just figured it out, which makes sense, but it's interesting Saber's pushing me in that direction. It suggests to me that she's been having some dreams of Rin's mentality and knows how deeply in love Rin is with Shiro, I would think, to some extent. Just because the way she's acting, it seems like that to me. Old and busted, tragic backstories, new hotness, embarrassing backstories. Well, who's super embarrassed in this Vijima game? Oh, Rin is, kinda. How dare you see the one memory I have of the jumping over the pole? And Saber also saw the high jump. I don't think that would mean much to Saber. I think it's meaningful to Rin, but like I think Saber would have to understand the context to even know why that's meaningful. If she saw that alone, I don't think it would mean much. Please go see Rin. Knowing her, I'm sure she has new ideas thought out.
そうかな。セイバーがそう言うなら、そうする。
Oh, really? I guess I'll go if you say so. I'm going because you say so. I'm gonna see my girlfriend because, my ex-lover said so. I get up and leave the dojo.
ではシロ、後ほど。
I shall see you later, Shiro. I'll see you later too, Saber.
ああ。ご機嫌斜めなセイバーのマスターの様子を見てくれ。
I get it. Rin's idea is for Shiro to jump over the Grail. When seeing the high jump? Of course. Yeah, I'm gonna go check on your foul-tempered master. Aw, and her expression softened a little bit there. I leave the dojo while Saber sees me off. That ends our final time together. Final time? Forever? Oh, is there going to be a big change? Because you are, well, you just mean, maybe you mean final casual time. Because you're going to be together for a little bit before, during some of the battle stuff and before the battle stuff, but I didn't leave anything definite. I couldn't make any sure promise. No sensations I'd be able to recall. No proof at all of Saber's existence. You wanted to save something, you said. Maybe you couldn't save something because we're on the Rin route? I don't know. Couldn't make any sure promise. No sensations I wouldn't be able to recall. But I think this is right. Because you don't want to feel bad? What's left are memories that fade away. That's battle stuff? This is just hanging out? Yeah, sure, but like, I don't know, that sounds final. Like, that ends our final time. I know, I can get the interpretation, but... What's left are memories that fade away. Also, someone like Saber, wouldn't you like enjoy the thrill of the battle together? Because Saber, because of her honor. Well, then again, Shiro's like, Saber, you shouldn't be fighting, and maybe on some level she agrees with that. But I'll cherish this trifling event and hold it strong in my heart. Okay.
Oi, Tosaka, 起きてるか?
Hey, are you awake, Tosaka? I knock on the door.
起きてるわよ。そっちこそ寝なくていいの？
Ooh.
さっきまで道場でセイバーと仲良く話してたみたいだけど。
Unlike telling one Shiro who carved her figure and her ideal unto himself, this Shiro seems to be leaving most of it behind. Yeah, enjoying it in the moment, but moving on. Uh-huh. It's gonna probably make things easier for him, but... It is final. We've been through this twice already in the endings. Yeesh. What do you mean final? They do talk for like a second together in the final battle at the very least, and they clearly see each other after they wake up in the morning. So no, if you mean final time, like period, then no. Then you're just hanging out, yes, but no, it's not final time period. Unless it is in this version of the ending. What do you mean twice in the other endings? Do you mean twice as in one of them in timeline 1? Because that's a completely different circumstance with different with a different parting. I'm awake. Don't you have to sleep? I thought you were talking to Saber in the dojo until a minute ago. Uh-huh. Maybe it's even more than just dreams. Maybe, okay, it's possible Rin also went to peek in on me and then saw me with Saber. It's also possible they just are feeling each other's stuff in general because of the servant master stuff.
なんだ、見てたのか、トサカ。
Oh, were you watching? And she also could have just been watching.
そっか。客間から道場は丸見えだもんな。
Can she? Interesting. That's news, I think. I see. You can see the dojo from your room.
それならトサカも来ればよかったのに。どうせ起きてるなら3人でお茶にした方がよかっただろ?
Yeah, she's not gonna like that. You should have come, Tosaka. It would have been better to have tea with the three of us. No, she wants things to be a bit more personal. Rin just picking on Shiro in all the Saber scenes? Oh, of course. Even the ones where she wasn't necessarily around. She was peeking all the time. That's why she's so jelly. Sure. Although maybe because she's bonded with Saber now, she's been able to see in Saber's memories, the more recent memories, her times of hanging out with Shiro, even when she wasn't there. Of course, it all makes sense now. You should have come to us. It would have been better to have tea with the three of us.
まあいいけど。
That's fine.
すごく良くないけど。
That's not fine at all. Oh. It's fine. It's not fine at all. Interesting. Because like you wanted to have us have all three on a date together a few days back, but here when Shiro's like, yeah, we should have all three done it together, but that was a different time, different circumstance, as it were. Now things are becoming more final.
とりあえず上がんなさいよ。ちょうどあんたのところに行こうと思ってたところだから。
Well, come on in. I was about to go talk to you anyway. Those are surprisingly biting words.
わかった。お邪魔する。
All right, excuse me. I tilt my head in wonder as I enter a room.
余裕あるじゃない。セイバーと何してたのよ、あんた。
Ooh, you care a lot. You care a lot. I guess you're pretty calm. What were you doing with Saber? Then, Tosaka glares at me the instant I see her.
いや、何って、お茶飲んでただけだ。
Oh, I was only drinking tea with her.
これから戦いがあるっていうのに、稽古なんかするわけないだろ。余分な体力使えないんだから。
We can't be training when we're gonna be fighting soon. I can't use up extra energy. Yeah, training is the other thing she thought she might be doing. Sure, training. Ren realized that a simple threesome date wouldn't cure him. Oh, a teenage boy being lavished by two pretty girls. It's gonna have to be a one-on-one time. Yeah, we can't be using up extra energy. Wink, wink.
余分な体力ってそうよね。余分な体力なんて使えないわよね。
Oh, her mind is super in the gutter. Good. This is good. Her mind should be in the gutter. That's where it needs to be. For her to come out with her feelings. Extra energy. You're right. We can't be using extra energy. Wait. Why'd you become so quiet?
トサカ、もしかして今すごく不機嫌か。
Tosaka, are you in a bad mood? I asked the obvious. Of course. Okay, this sounds similar. That's the obvious response she's gonna give, but I have to ask. But
別にそういうわけじゃないわ。
no, that's not true. She gives a strange response. Now this seems similar.
トサカ、お前熱でもあるのか。
Tosaka, you sick or something?
ないわよ。もういいから座って。
No, jeez, just sit down.
これからギルガメッシュ対策を何にも思いつかないあなたのためにやってあげるんだから。
Yeah, now I remember this. I'm gonna give you a plan to beat Gilgamesh since you can't come up with any. Tosaka pulls me inside, locks the door, and walks to the back room. Eh? I move to the center of the room for now. I sit down on the cushion and face Tosaka, who's sitting in a chair. Dashes, and an awkward silence
トサ
follows.
カ、ギルガメッシュの
Let's
こ
talk
となん
about
だ。
Gilgamesh.
分かってるわよ。セイバーと
You
戦
don't
わ
want
せ
Sarah
たく
fighting
な
him?
い
You're
って言うん
especially
でし
kind to
ょ。
her.
セイバーには優しいのよね、ヘミヤ君は。
She said this in the other timeline too.
あのな、そういう話じゃないだろ。
That's not the point here.
単にセイバーじゃあいつとは相性が悪いから配置換えをするべきだって
We
話だ。
switch the roles and blah 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 blah. Saber's defeated. You'll be his next target.
じゃあ配置換えって言うけど、
Switch
どう
roles.
す
What are you
る？
thinking?
私はパスよ。あの
Gold
金
uses
ピ
his
カ
riches to
羽に
collect all
焼
the
かせて
magic
松
resistant
明の武装を
equipment.
まとってるし、
Mm.
私じゃセイバー以上に相性が悪いわ。
Combat
それはあ
talk.
なただって同じでしょ。
Dashes. That's true, but it's true that it's combat talk. I can't even get those out of my head. Archer definitely told me this. I had the golden servant. Only I miss Gilgamesh. Oh, it's the same scene? Well, I guess we'll skip it. Okay. I guess we'll skip it. I guess we'll skip it. Gift embryo, I guess we'll skip it. I thought if there was going to be a change, it would be more than just the epilogue. If it's really just the epilogue, that's going to be weird. We'll see. Or I'm just, they did too much Saber. Maybe I'm too much Saber. Skip. The beauty of nature, skip. Unlimited blade works, skip. Holy Grail breakdown, skip. Oh, it's different. Wait, things are different. Hold on. What's happening? You say such roles. What are you thinking? I'm gonna. Oh wait, don't do that. Hold. Only Em and Yashiro. I can get those. I don't know what's being said. Where are we? What's happening? Hold on. 1 second, if you don't mind. Where was I? I was here, right? What is context? I just want to double check something real quick. Because this looks new, so I think we're doing something correctly. But, the Grail was just destroyed? Does that sound correct? It'll probably give context. But I want to be able to go to my history. This bugs me. I want to be able to go to my history. Archer definitely told me this, that the golden servant, that only Emissure. But this is the history from before I, like, skipped. Which bugs me. I wish I could load the... I wish I could skip and then see the actual history if I hadn't skipped. Anyways, that's a bit of a peeve. Since the last scene was Grail down background breakdown. Alright. So the Grail just got destroyed. So Saber just destroyed the Grail. Okay, I'll believe it. Let's keep going. It is a waterfall of light that eliminates everything. Okay. I remember this roughly. Yeah. She looks for it inside the light. This is Saber looking. The red cloak. The knight that she first made a contract with, who came back to fulfill his role. Uh-huh. Wait, what? Wait. Huh? And now wait. Huh? Wait. Huh? And now I can skip again? What was different? Hold on. I want to check something for a second. I'll control this in a second. But, a waterfall of light that eliminates everything. Oh, I get it. So it's maybe from Saber's perspective that things changed? It's a waterfall of light, that eliminates everything. She looks for it inside the light. The red cloak, the knight that she first made a contract with, who came back to fulfill his role. She's referring to Archer. Okay, so I guess that's slightly different than... Hold on. I want to check something. Can I check it? Should I be able to check it? I want to try something. Do I have a quick save point? I want to check something. I have an idea of what might have been different there. I'm not going to look into this unless I have a quick save point where I can check that, which I might not. But, let me think here. Do I have a quick save point? So, in the middle of this fight, between the fighting, where they're fighting, that would have been, I guess close to here, right? End of battle, last fight. We definitely must be getting somewhere if we got an extra tiny scene. You'd think so. Maybe it's like, oh, maybe the idea is that the knight that who came back to fill his role. Maybe it's because she was spending so much time with Saber. Saber started remembering timeline 1? No. Or started getting, maybe from Rin's dreams, she started getting, because she was close to Rin, because of Shiro making her closer to Rin, maybe she got dreams such that she remembered Archer? But anyways, yeah, this is, where the fuck was I? I don't know where I am anymore. This was end of battle, last fight, which is the same save point, and the line exactly is ha! And so, Saber seems to start caring about Archer as well. Yeah, maybe that's the idea. This is the same idea, so I'm gonna load this to a second. Due to her liking Shiro more. Yeah, I guess if she's spending more time with Shiro and she likes Shiro more, that could cause it to be different. But then the Shiro-Gilgamesh fight is the same? So this is later on, but it's still last fight. So if I go history, a curved sword appears. Yeah, I didn't skip anything here, so I can actually see the text. Okay, I think this is roughly it. Wait, hold on. Something like this. It is a waterfall of light that illuminates everything. Bathed in the light, the swordsman accepts her battle is ended. This is the end. My battle is over. Who did she say that to? The wielder of the holy sword is on her knees. She said that to nobody because she never got that close to Shiro? So the good ending is more about getting Saber to like you than Rin? That's weird. But it's like Rin's route, isn't it? Or am I completely misunderstanding this? My battle is over. Who did she say that to? The wielder of the holy sword is on her knees and watches the light with a flood of emotions. The Holy Grail is breaking down. The thing she sought, the thing she should have, that should have saved her, she destroyed it with her own hands and finally realized her mistake. One boy and one hero. The man that got twisted at the end of his ideal was still a boy. The man who got twisted at the end of his ideal was still a boy. His regrets are so heavy that they cannot all be carried. His crimes are so deep they cannot be atoned for. There was something he did not give up. On the night red finally arrived the answer in the very end. Then she has to move forward as well. The end where she took her hands off the sword. Run past the hill under her own light. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I just assumed it would be Rin's route because it's Rin's timeline, right? I have definitely assumed a lot of things, don't get me wrong, but, we already had, like, a Saber kind of good ending. Contract is complete, you are victorious, Rin. The holy sword fades away. She still has some magical energy left. She can't stay in the world to push herself. If she can, she would like to see what awaits them in the end. But that is not my role. Shiro has Rin. Her body continues to disappear and the night vanishes from this world as if engulfed by the light. Like a brave gust of wind, the king that sought the Holy Grail sets off for the hill. Right, because she doesn't set off in the other version. Ha! I oppose the long sword with it, because if we go back to the other version, which is here, yeah, it's much shorter, because she isn't vanishing yet. It's a waterfall of light that illuminates everything. She looks for it inside the light, the red cloak, the knight that she first made a contract with, who came back to fulfill his role. She doesn't have her whole speech about, you know, well, I guess I'm gone, because she's not gone. Okay. I was hoping they'd get to talk to each other again, because she was like, I'll see you again, Saber. And then they didn't. But I guess they do in the good ending. I wonder if the epilogue will be for Saber then, because in that case, I'd prefer the Archer epilogue. I enjoy that one. I oppose the long sword with a long sword. I don't have to read this, do I? I guess I don't. I just wanted to look at stuff, but it is a cool fight, though. It is a cool... I love these sword crashing sounds, don't you guys? Alright, we can skip through some of this, I guess. Damn, do not overestimate yourself, kid! Slash! Hoopa-doopa-doopa-doo! Slashes! Look at that cinematic scene, so good. It's a fun fight, especially it's some nice cinematics. I saved that picture. Ah! Gilgamesh retreats. I close the distance at once, pull a sword, and slash at him. But this is important to Saber living. A mongrel sword? Oh no! Hiya! I'm not thinking, I'm feeling! The sounds? I ruined the sounds for you. It's a wonder how VN can do so much with pictures, sounds, and effects. Yeah, it has impressed me with the fighting for sure. Am I being cornered by such a sham? And, you know, Fate Zero, one of my favorite things about it was the fights were so well done, in my opinion. So I was like, well, one of the unfortunate things will be the fights will probably be, you know, lesser in the visual novel. And I mean, they are. But for visual novel, I think they're done pretty darn well. Sounds of swords echo. He's winning. That will be the cause of his defeat. He's the greatest, but he's not an owner. He's a faker. But I'm the real faker, but that makes him the real faker because he's not fake. He's faking and thinking that he can't beat a faker. Or rather, he can't lose to a faker. That itself is the fake. And then he whips out the sword, but Shiro kills him because he's too slow. Hoppa! I swing my twin swords, the Kancho and Bakuya reel and strike down Bapadubu. Nani? His sword falls to the ground, leaving him defenseless. My body acts before I can think. Confident in my victory, my limbs move to slash the King of Heroes. Hookababa! He jumps back, barely avoiding the twin swords. Gilgamesh retreats still further. How am I losing this mongrel? Because purebreds are overrated. They're overrated by themselves, typically. You're stronger than me here. An admission of defeat. Gilgamesh admits defeat and tries to retreat. Yeah, rhymed. I won't let you escape. I'll lose if he regains his composure. I have to sell this match right here, except... So I guess the reason that Saber doesn't disappear here is the same reason that future Shiro managed to stay around. Is just willpower of wanting to leave things off with Rin before he vanishes. Leave things properly. And so I guess it's a similar thing with Saber, where she's run out of energy, but she can still will herself to stay a little bit. Granted, Fuchishiro can obviously last longer naturally because he's the archer class and all that, but... He must have realized he will not be able to escape. No offense, but I'm faster. I'll surely... Our voices overlap. The change happens in an instant. The light coming from the lake eliminates the light heel of the swords. A great magical energy has smashed away the already disappearing reality marble. That's fine. The match is settled. I can beat this servant by slashing with my twin swords. But after the reality marble is blown away... A black void. Right, this is this thing. Right. A void swallows a strong human being and it appears before me right in front of Gilgamesh. It sounds like it hurts. Gilgamesh looks down at his body in astonishment. His body's being swallowed. The golden servant is being swallowed by the void appearing in his body. Mate! Did he want to say wait? Yeah, his own weapon's turning against him. If the Grail is one of his own tools that he thinks is one of his own things, then clearly, you know, the dog bit his master, as it were. So it's not something that belongs to him. If it doesn't truly belong to him, if he can't tame his own thing. His suspension of belief couldn't stand up to the events. There was no way for him to escape. The void was open in his body. There was no way he can escape. Nobody ever do. Yabba dabba doo da. What was that? I stand there dumbfounded. I wonder if Saber will somehow step in instead. I mean, it's perfect for Archer to step in here because he can just arch him. But maybe if Saber's still around, it's possible. I don't know. I don't know what this is, but it seems Tosaka and Saber were able to destroy the Holy Grail. My only guess is after the Grail of the Babaduba. Anyway, now, everything is over. My twin swords disappear, the magical energy is Badoo, and then the chain. Oh, crap. At the same time, fatigue assaults me. Damn, this is bad. I can't walk. I want to go see how Tosaka is doing. My body will not move. Well, I'm sure she'll be alright since Saber went to go save her. I guess. I can rest a bit. And after I take a deep breath... The chains that bind! A chain wraps around my arm. I gasp. The chain drags my body toward the void. Coo. I put power into my body, but I can't resist. My feet slide across the ground towards the void, even. Fool, does it not know servants cannot become the core? Become the core. Or maybe servants actually do have the potential to become the core, and it's you, Gilgamesh, who doesn't know enough about how the Grail works. That's possible, too. It's your boy, Tiny Face Gil. He looks so angry with his tiny face. He's appearing from the void, but his body has melted here and there. So that void must melt everything it swallows. I try to get the chain off me, but it doesn't even budge. This chain even restrained Berserker. I'm being pulled toward it. I'll be swallowed like if I go near that void. So I'm not going to go near the void. You're not going to pull yourself out. I'm going to die with you. Just kidding. Maybe the Grail taking Gil allowed the Grail to restart for another timeline. That's an interesting idea. It needed Grail's fuel to reset things if the Grail is resetting things. Because the Grail was destroyed in Fate Zero. It was destroyed again in Timeline 1 of Fate's Stay Night. Maybe the whole idea behind 3... Maybe if there is a rule of 3 in this game, maybe it relates to the idea that the Grail itself has 3 lives. And if that's the case, it already died once in Zero. So this would be its 3rd life dead. So maybe it has to, like, claim a certain Gil to refuel itself to reset the timeline? Or something. That does raise the question, if that's the idea, then why does it not bother resetting timey-wimey stuff in Fate Zero when it's destroyed? Which suggests it's something beyond the Grail doing it. Or, if it is the Grail doing it, then something has changed or increased its powers, or it has its own agenda that's changed, etc., etc., etc. But what can I do? I can't get this chain off me. I'll be swallowed into the void along with you, and if all my grapple do means I'm gonna die either way, I'll at least take him with me. No way, I can't give up so easily. Oh, I guess? Whoa! Epilogue? Wait. Oh, it skipped me straight to the epilogue. Huh. Okay. Oh. It skipped me straight to the... Wait. Hold on a second. Wait. Was that the last save I did? Interesting. Okay, that would be weird, because that means we didn't see Saber? Wait, hold on. I'm just gonna control through all this. No, I can't give it so easily. Don't skip. I feel dizzy, I can't die. I'll die, I can't endure it. Should I loosen up and go bababoo? If so, I should baboo do. Habadoo babababa, who cares? Archer, kill him. Huh? It's not Shibabu. Akibata? Huh? Shibahidity? Oh! You look cool getting slashed in your head like that. The chain is released. Abadoo baba. So Saber should still be around, theoretically, right? Does she maybe persist after and talk to me in the epilogue? That just seems so weird. I fall on my butt. I sit there dumbfounded. That was. I can't stand up and just look behind me on the flat field. Another nice touch. The only reason Archer was able to clearly snipe Gil. Oh, wait, what? What was the only reason? Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention. Looking like he saw something unexpected. Because Excalibur flattened the whole field? Oh, yeah. That is a nice touch. You're right now that you've said it. Dawn is near. Okay, the one with the rising up a show off. I'm smiling happy for some reason. Well, I have nothing to say to him. I guess I'll stay quiet so I can sleep. I'll go. Okay, so he still stays quiet. The Archer's still around. So I guess they could just start the epilogue earlier. Just like I should say everything I want to say to him. But wait. Shiro even had a moment there where it's like, well, that's the end. He could just be wrong, though. He's been wrong. Like, he meant, like, that's my last moment with Saber. But if there is an epilogue moment with Saber, of course, that would contradict that, but... Okay, so it's just... Engrave my ideal into my mind so I won't forget it and close my eyes. Uh-huh. I guess he could talk with Saber in the epilogue. Right, so this all gets skipped then. Okay. Huh. I just would have thought the Saber thing, if there is a moment, and that's going to happen in the epilogue, I would think it just wouldn't happen in the epilogue. But. Alright, so this is the same then. Okay. Alright. Okay. And it's still before her eyes. Archer, the girl, cannot know what to say. I don't believe I have this image saved, do I? It's a nice image. It's not nice enough. Is it nice enough? Is it nice enough to save it? The eternal dilemma. I don't know. No, it's fine. I guess I'll save it. You can't make me, Baka, idiot. I guess it's okay. The image is okay. I mean, it's not great, but it's okay. It's so okay that I'll save it. Alright, so yeah, this is the same. It's the same. If his doubt is strong, her face is a put to. And then he was, oh, the girl looks up at the voice. Her face is who? Oh, no. There's no salvation. No. And then he's like, haha, but I'll have a good epilogue. I think. He sounds so, much more upbeat in that line than basically any other line in the game, which I guess is the point, but, if we don't have his answer, though, then that would be kind of sad to me. That wouldn't be the good version of the ending, in my opinion. I guess we could still get that, well, no, I think it's well, I guess we could still get, the same answer, as it were, even if we get a different epilogue? Knight has finally rested his wounded body without waiting for the Godo's reply. And then he fades. Yeah. It's only natural. She says goodbye. Within the golden sunrise, it ended. Hooray! And now epilogue. Okay. So it starts differently, I would assume? The outcome is the same for him either way. But you don't get to see it necessarily. The morning is near. If you somehow got the good end on the first try, yeah. I mean, even if the ending is the same for him, I would want to see it. Although only half conscious since the night has ended. Oh, yeah, this is different. Okay. Because the epilogue normally jumps straight to, at least I think so, the epilogue, if memory serves, jumps straight to you being in Shira. You being in Shira? You being in school. And I think you're with Issei for a bit, and then you're into Rin or something like that. But although only half conscious, I sense that the night has ended. The only thing remaining is the pleasant listlessness. Yeah, it jumped straight a month after in the other one, yeah. So it's like the same, okay. So it's weird that they're calling it the epilogue. That's why I'm like, I assume the epilogue would be X amount of time later, the epilogue starts. So I'm like, what? Epilogue? It's weird. The only thing remaining is the pleasant listlessness. My hands are so tired that they can't hold another sword. Forever? And there's no magical energy remaining in my body. Forever? In a word, Emiyashiro has burned out. Okay. Only thing remaining is the listlessness. So tired they can't hold a sword. No magical energy. Did you burn out Rin's energy too? Yeah, that is the question. I'd be surprised if they double epilogued us. Like, that's what I'm thinking, is that if they're just gonna do the other epilogue a month later anyways, what's the point of even having this called an epilogue? The epilogue log. I want to Google that for a second. What do you call an epilogue to an epilogue? Is there a term for that? What do you call an epilogue to an epilogue? Can there be like a double epilogue? Is there a technical term for a double epilogue? An epilogue is considered a section, essentially an extra chapter that comes at the very end of a piece of literature, usually a novel. It comes after the final chapter, simply titled epilogue. The epilogue or epilogue. Can you double epilogue? Tell me, Google, I must know. Having multiple epilogues. Some epilogues may feature scenes only tangentially related to the subject of the story. They can be used to hint at a sequel or wrap up loose ends. They can occur at a significant period of time. Can there be something after an epilogue? An epilogue can continue in the same narrative style and perspective as the preceding story. Although the form of an epilogue can occasionally be drastically different from the overall story, it can also be used as a sequel. The epilogue is the sequel? That's weird. More than one epilogue. Read it. I have a feeling I might have read a book with 2 epilogues before, but I can't recall right now. Oh, Marvel movies. That's a good point, because they'll typically have, like, the mid-credit scene and the post-credit scene. I guess that's 2 epilogues. All right. Overruled. The Archer part specifically seemed to be a separate epilogue. The epilogue of the epilogue. Oh, well, sure. I understand that the Archer scene is kind of like an epilogue. That is an already a double epilogue when I think about it. I just mean, like, will we even see that in this version of events is what I'm wondering. But we'll see. In a word, Emiyashiro has burned out. Oh! Epilogueception. But it's not a regretful end. I have a feeling of accomplishment as I have done everything I can. I'm only burned out for now. Alright. We'll fire ourselves back up later. We'll fire the grill back up. The grill that is Emiyashiro. Epiloguer and epiloguist. Epiloguer, and epiloguist. I like it. My body is rested and it's getting ready to welcome another morning. Before it does, though, you gotta say bye to your saber. Dashes. My mind starts to clear up. I should wake up in a moment. But right before that, I recall him. Okay, we're still on the future Shiro. Nice. His fluttering cloak is no more. You said you had nothing you wanted to say to him, right? The man left along with his ever-burning sky. He did not turn back, nor did he feel the need to explain himself. That's some good water. Did not turn back. Will never turn back. Think of the Shadow song. Oh, I really like Shadow's Shadow the Hedgehog's OST. Even if the game's He did not turn back, nor did he feel the need to explain himself. I mean, you say he didn't turn back, but like, do you know that? It's true now that he didn't turn back, but that's only, if anything, I think if anything he did turn back. He was turning back to try to kill his past self, and then you convinced him to unturn back. He double turned. He did a double turn, clearly. He left me his own figure that did not regret what he did. Okay, I guess if they leave this bit in, then maybe they can excuse slightly not having the Archer epilogue, but I feel like when Archer has actually experienced Tunnel 1 character growth, oh yeah, stop focusing on his past, stop trying to kill past Shiro, there we go. You're almost there, future Shiro, now you just need to get on Timeline 2's level and start looking at your future? But I mean, his future, I guess, is a little bit different than this version of Shiro's future. So just focus on your present, future Shiro. Focus on your present. Left me his own figure that did not regret what he did. I look at his path. One end. I reach out to the man that went after the same ideal. One end? Do you really think it's the same one end, Shiro? I would assume it's different. As I have beat him, I will not run away. I grasp the air in my empty hands so as to tell him that I will eventually reach him. And surpass him, right? No? Just gonna reach him, not surpass him? Oh. Lame. Okay, we're back home because Saber took us home because she's still alive? Barely? Or something. Huh? I grasp the enemy out to tell him that I will event because it's quite a while later. Indeed, I wake up to the morning sunlight. My body feels heavy and it's covered in wounds. Oh, this is my room. I look around the room absent-mindedly and look at the clock. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, and today is February 16th. Is it a day later? I don't fucking know. Okay, just a day, not a month. It's been a whole day! I'm surprised my mind is calm. Your mind expected it. Your mind's on top of things. Sometimes. After the fight at the Ruta Temple, I must have been carried here after I passed out and then slept for a whole day. And Saber stayed the whole time? Well, Rin carried you here, and now she wants to make out. It would just be weird, because Saber hasn't had, like, a fadeaway scene. But it's too quiet. Tosaka must have went home already. So it must not be Tosaka. Oh, this is Shiro thinking Saber's still around, but she's not, but then it turns out she is? Saber, are you awake? I stop before I finish. Oh! Dashes. There's no way she's awake, because she doesn't exist anymore. Or does she? First of all, she wouldn't be here. Or is she? The Holy Grail doesn't exist anymore. Archer was around for a little bit after the Holy Grail stopped existing, right? The thing that can keep servants in this world is now gone. But I mean, Archer stayed around, the other Archer, after Fate Zero, although he was like corporealized by the Grail group, so. Therefore, the golden haired girl does not exist in this world anymore. Oh, that's an idea. If Rin realized Shiro cared about Saber a lot, cared about Saber more than Rin, I suppose it's possible Rin could have tried to physically anchor Saber to Rin the way, but like, oh, that would eat so much on her chakras. I assumed Ilya, has a crazy higher level of metachlorians to pull that off, but I know Archer was an Archer and had independent action, which is why I thought it'd be weird in the first place for Saber to still be around, but the golden hair girl does not exist in this world anymore. All right. I cover my face with my hands and look up at the ceiling. The room is dead silent. The winter morning is cold, and the air tightens my lungs. The time seemed both long and short. The time with Rin and Saber? Maybe Rin, as a further rejection of her Magi ideals, gave up all her outputting mana for Saber. I guess she could have done that. Like, is even that enough? I feel like it's gonna hurt her, right? Because Ilya had to train for a while for it to just not hurt her. I guess Ilya's a bit different because she got Berserker or something. I don't know. So maybe Berserker hurt her more? I don't know how that works. The time seemed both long and short. I recall what happened in the last 2 weeks. Okay.
伝えたいことはその後で。
We shall talk afterwards. Right. And then she didn't vanish, so she should be around if I understand my narratives. That was the last I saw of her. She turned her back. We knew that we would not meet again. Right. Touch each other again. Okay, you're going to saber-sexual mindset. Or return with the three of us. If Saber is still here, I call bullshit on so many things thematic-wise. It would also be really weird for Saber to still be here, given that the whole thing in Timeline 1 was that Shiro had to let Saber go. Saber, you don't have to be around anymore. Goodbye, Saber. But then, like, if she was to stay around even for a short while in Timeline 2, I guess if it's just for a short time, just so that Shiro can say a proper goodbye to Saber and then she lets go, that's what I was more expecting and I'd be okay with it, but, for any kind of permanent situation would really spit in the face of the Timeline 1 idea, but, yeah. Oh, that reminds me. Given that Ilya had to, it hurt so much for her to take Berserker, and I assume maybe, all the better when Berserker, maybe that's no wonder she became so much more happier after Berserker got killed, because Ilya didn't have to waste so much energy on him. Like, she seemed to like him, kind of. Like, she liked him in a sort of Stockholm Syndrome kind of way, but we did not exchange words of parting. I'm hungry. I get up. My body hurts as I move, telling me the fight wasn't just a dream. Okay. Let's hope Saber vanishes after talking to Shiro for a bit. That's my expectation. If she just stays around, I won't hate it. I mean, it'll be weird. It'll depend on how they do it, I guess. My body hurts as I move, telling me the fight wasn't just a dream. Man, it's cold. It would just be really unexpected from my perspective, just because I could see the idea where there's a timeline where, Shiro has to give Saber up, and then there's a timeline where, there's a way for Shiro to stay with Saber. I would like that in a way, but it would just be weird because I don't feel we got like a, yeah, Rin can stay with Shiro, but we didn't get a, oh, and they'll be happy ever after, if you know what I mean. I mean, they'll be happy, but we don't know if they'll be happy. Sex strokes. And so if Saber gets to stay around and they get to make a big deal out of that, all of a sudden when the other route didn't even seem like it gave the super happy to Rin, and this is like the good ending versus the other one was the true ending, and if this is like, I don't know, if this is like he gets a happy ending with Saber with the other ending, even if the other ending was happy ending with Rin, and this is the good end and that was the true end, that means it's better to get a happy ending with Saber. And I know in this one Saber stays around theoretically, if that was the theoretical. If Saber stayed around, Rin's around in both, Saber stays in this one, so that's happier, but it's cold. Like, if things were more general, if this was more like, is that a spoiler? I guess it is. There is a game that remembers your choices, and the game has a true ending that you cannot get on your first playthrough because it remembers your choices. If Fate was more like that, and instead of having like multiple executables, it's just you go through it once, start over, then things are different, and then you go through it again. If it was like that, then, and it was just more general, like, oh, he could like anyone, depending on your choices, maybe, then it would feel better, I guess, if that is what they're doing, a permanent Saber. That maybe that's not even what they're doing. It's just, I'm extrapolating the idea. But, man, it's cold. The hallway is freezing. I quickly make my way to the living room. It only has multiple executors because you have a weird bootleg version. I guess. But, like, it still seems like the game makes it out as, like, specific, you have to do this one first. I mean, even without the multiple executors points out, yeah. Because, like, for example, is there a version of the game where you can just load any file at any time? Because, Always freezing. I quickly make my way to the living room. Well, but yeah, like, so for example, if I jump over here, I can't load any of this. I'm aware that there's like an order you have to do things in, but like, you're saying that, yeah, I know I have a version with the executables and stuff, but would this be a thing where if I didn't have that, if I had a non-bootleg version, would I be able to load these suddenly in this timeline? Because that would be something. And instead of like starting up the route each time, it would be you just have to do a new game generally instead of, I don't know, if there's some menu where you have to start a new game from and pick a specific version route, then that's just different. And the routes have names even, so show's character development wouldn't make sense going from UBW to Fate. Well, for sure, I agree with that. Anyways, well, I put my apron on after getting to the kitchen. I put the pan over the fire, cut 2 pieces of bread, and take out some eggs. Okay. 2 pieces of bread? Are you sure you don't want 4 pieces of bread so that you can make Saber happy because she's still around? Plot twist? Alright. I toast the bread as I crack open the eggs. Wow, so casual. Maybe this will go on for a while if it's this casual. I hear the good sound of popping. Popping oil, that is to say, as I take out some plates, and I make myself 2 sunny side up eggs. Alright. Perfect. Alright. I put the eggs onto a plate and put the toast into the basket. I turn back to the living room and... Oh. The fact that there's no one there hits me. Ah. I've been making food for people recently. I mean, probably for a long time. Like, he's always at least had Sakura and Taiga over, but now even that's not true for a little bit. Sure, after work. Gonna make me some toast. Hey, man's gotta eat. Dashes. So lonely. I take a long breath. Yep, because you had, like, Sakura and Taiga, and then they transitioned, and then you had, like, Rin or something, and Saber, and But now nobody's here. It's probably the first time he's been like alone in a long time, which is bad for someone with suicidal thoughts. It's always better to have them not alone with their thoughts. It's better to have other people around to bounce off, usually. Unless the other people are causing the super suicidal nature. That's a whole different story, though. I take a long breath. The girl that waited for breakfast every morning isn't here anymore. She loved the food so much. The fact finally hits me. The battle has ended. The battle for the Holy Grail War has ended. No, wait. The war for the Holy Grail, that is also a battle, has ended. How stupid of me to realize that by seeing a morning without her.
分量間違えちまった。
I made too much. I put the frying pan down. She loves soup so much she put it over Shiro's well-being. Yeah. Put the frying pan down. Well, maybe you can just hope someone comes over or save some of it for lunch. My appetite is gone, even though I was hungry. Oh, of course. So you made too much food for one person, so now you're not even gonna eat enough for one person? Oh. Too scared to death to want to kill yourself. Yeah, I can understand that fear for sure, but, oof. Real. Too real. I take my apron off and go past the living room. It's nice outside. I leave my breakfast on the table and go check out the dojo. Ah, yes, your spot. I enter the empty dojo. The faint sunlight gleams off the wooden floor. There. A person I cannot mistake for anyone else is sitting there Japanese style. Can't relate to Shiro's character, but I can respect him. Okay, so Saber is there. And she doesn't look like half ghost. Let's continue and see where this goes.
Huh?
Huh? I'm speechless. Did I warp back in time or something? I think you did, but I don't think that's what this is. I don't think.
シロ、目を覚ましたのですか?
Shiro, you awake?
もう大事はないようですね。
It seems you are fine. Is Shiro dreaming? If he's not, then explain yourself, woman.
傷そのものは浅いものでしたから、そろそろ目が覚める頃だと思っていました。
I knew you'd wake up soon since your wounds were small. Okay.
シロ、どうしたのです？先ほどから口を開けて。
Shiro, what is wrong? Your mouth is open. Uh-huh.
まさかどこか私たちにはわからない傷を負っているのですか?
Do you have a wound that is not apparent? I mean, yeah, he definitely has a wound in his heart that you've given him.
いや、そういったわけじゃない。
No, but... Huh. My mouth's pretty open too when I'm not, you know, putting my mouth together to speak words. My confusion is great and it's taking a long time for me to recover. My mouth's getting kind of parched at this point. So, it seems like this is going to go on for a hot minute. Fucking so much text. So, Saber happily ever after? Not Rin jealous? Well, she's probably jealous. She's probably still jelly, but that's not the point. Is this a fanfiction? Kinda feels like it so far. I'll bite. I'll see how it plays out. I won't judge it too harshly till I finished it. It does feel a little bit like it spits in the face of the Timeline 1 finale, but we'll see. So, game, let's see what this is all about then, shall we? How long's the whole left Twix, right Twix thing been going on at this point? Left Twix, right Twix? I don't know if I understand the joke. So, I'm going to give the game the benefit of the doubt for the time being, and I'm going to let it explain itself. I have thoughts. I've given a couple of them already, but, well, we'll see. Prove yourself to me, game. My confusion is great, and it's taking a long time for me to recover.
Saber.
Saber? 何ですか?
はい。なんでしょう、シロ。
Yes, what is it, Shiro? Don't you what is it, Shiro me? Why the fuck are you here?
そのセイバーだよな。セイバー。
You're Saber, right? Saber?
見ての通りですが、それとも私がアーチャーやランサーに見えるのですか?
I am Saber. Or do I look like Archer or Lancer to you? If this ending is so bad, we can just headcanon it as non-canon and throw it in the trash? Maybe. Do I look like Archer or Lancer to you?
まさか見えない。全然全く見えない。
Oh, of course not. You don't look like anyone else at all. It's because you look like no one else at all that he reacted it so immediately. You don't blend into the background, that's for sure. Unlike Rin, apparently. I shake my head.
ええ、当然です。シロも傷だらけですが、今まで通りのシロです。
Exactly. You are covered with wounds, but you are sure like always. Oh, so you thought that he was so wounded that he might mistake you. That would be very unfortunate if he really was that wounded. You are covered with wounds, but you are sure like always. Dashes. That finally calms me down. Okay. It's more like my mind shorted out. Let me be sure and reject that reality and substitute my own.
Saber. 本当にセイバーなんだな。
Saber? You're really Saber?
ですからそうだと言っているでしょう。もしや目の調子がおかしいのですか、シロ。
That is what I'm telling you. Is there something wrong with your eyes? Saber reaches out for me. Okay. She feels my eyelids, and it seems she really does have form. Uh-huh, so she's not just like a ghost about to vanish. Okay. Her white fingers gently touch my eyelids and let go. She really thinks something might be up with my eyes. Oh, it's Rin cosplaying as Saber to make Shiro happy. You know, maybe that'd do it. He always did like Saber more than Rin. That's what I'm telling you. Is there something wrong with your eyes? No, it's just how are you still here, you derp? Dashes. There's no doubt about it. Saber is Saber. She's still here even though the Holy Grail is gone. Okay, how game? Please, thanks. Dashes. I sigh. I let out the air in my chest and...
おはよう、セイバー。また会えてよかった。
Good morning, Saber. I'm glad to be able to see you again. I tell her the first thing that pops into my head. Okay.
おはよう、シロ。私もこうしてシロと挨拶ができて嬉しい。
Good morning, Shiro. I am glad as well to be able to greet you again. She smiles. She shows no worry that she might disappear anytime soon. Explanation, please? Give me your exposition?
なあ、けどセイバー、どうやってここに残っているんだ？
Thank you.
聖杯はもうないんだろ？
Yeah, but how can you remain in this world? The Holy Grail doesn't exist anymore, right? This isn't a happy ending. Fucking Ilya's still not alive. Even if Saber is, it's worse because I want Ilya.
なら
Then I stop before I tell her that servants can't exist in this world without the Holy Grail. Don't tell me when I can and can't exist.
セイバー
Saber?
シロ、その件でしたらリンに聞いてください。先ほどから今か今かとあなたが気づくのを待っているのですから。
Shiro, please ask Rin about this matter. She is waiting for you to realize that she is there. Oh, she's right behind me? So it's related to Rin? Okay, I guess that would make some sense. Eh? Hearing this, I turn around. This is her way of trying to make Shiro happy. She sees how much Shiro likes Saber, so she goes out of her way to... She just cares that much about Shiro that she's like, I'll never be a proper couple with Saber. It's better if I have Saber so that Saber can be a couple with Shiro. I guess. Hearing this, I turn around. Oh, or do we just get to have a threesome? I'm down with a threesome, I guess.
あーなんて随分な反応ね。セイバーにはアイス振りまいといて、私にはあーなんだ。
What a blunt response. You're all kind to Saber, but a mere oh is what I get? Feeling when the good ending of the red is the main waifu giving a girl to her boyfriend. Yeah, it's what it's feeling like, and it's weird.
遠坂お前いたのか
You're here, Tosaka? If that is true, it's very sad for Rin, because it's like she'll never, you know, I guess the canon ending is they be together, but we don't even really see them fully together, so it's like, it would, I don't know. You're here, Tosaka?
いたわよ。あれからこっちあんたが目を覚まさないからずっと陣取ってたわよ。
I am. I was waiting around here so she didn't wake up after that. She glares at me.
陣取ってたってうちにか
You were staying at my house? I mean, she does still have a room in your place, right?
そうよ。傷の手当てもあったし、藤村先生とさくらを言い含めないといけないじゃない。シロを一人放っておいて帰れるわけないでしょ。
Oh, did they finally come back? I had to treat your wounds, and I had to convince Fujimura Sensei and Sakura I can't leave you and go home by myself. Uh-huh.
ああそうか
Oh, you're
そうだ
right.
よな悪い遠坂また迷惑かけちまっ
I'm
た
sorry, Tosaka. I caused you trouble again.
いいわよ、お礼なんて。迷惑なんかじゃないし。一番の大金星はシロなんだし。
Don't worry about
いい
thanking
か
me.
ら報酬として受け取っときなさい。
It wasn't that much trouble,
今
and
日ぐらいは多
besides,
めに見てあげるから。
you're the biggest contributor to our victory. Take this as your reward. We'll let it slide for today. Is that my reward? What about the saber thing? Is that separate? Is that not my reward, quote unquote? She says so while she looks away. Uh-huh. Tosaka acts so much like herself that it relieves me. I guess. Just as Saber and I are safe, Tosaka also survived the battle. Yay! I don't even care about any BS magical lore explanation. Outright think this is a bad plot decision. I'll wait for some explanations, and not just explanations, but the direction they take it after the explanations. I think that will affect this somewhat.
そうかご苦労様遠坂
I see. Thanks for everything, Tosaka.
いろいろあったけどこうして戻ってきたな
A lot's happened, but we made it back. I put my hand out to show my thanks.
まあそうね。一人も欠けてないし、文句なしに完全勝利だし。
Well, you're
おめで
right.
とうっていうのがふさわしい締め言葉よね。
Nobody died, so it's a complete victory for us. I guess the word congratulation fits the moment. Nobody died. Ilya still died. Worst ending. I might... Not right now, but after this, depending on the explanation they give, I may quickly look back at the Rin Archer talk before Archer fades. Because if Rin had some special way for Saber to stay, it just makes me think, is Archer just too far gone at this point for it to work on Archer? Or is Saber just worth it that much more to you because it's for past Shiro's sake? If it becomes Saber X Rin, if it's Saber X Rin, then maybe that is actually pretty good. I think a threesome is the best possible ending here. I guess you're right. Nobody died, so it's a complete victory for us. I guess our congratulations fits the moment. She shakes my hand with a smile. And not like one of those, well, I might get with one of you later on threesomes where they're ambiguous. Like a full-on, sure, we'll be a threesome. Given the circumstances, that's probably the best way this could go forward, in my opinion. She shakes my hand with a smile. Ellipses. It's troubling because her hand is soft. It reminds me of that night. Oh my god! Okay, how are you doing this? Hand is soft. It reminds me of that night. I blush, but we feel each other's existence in our hand. Huh. You're still a rinsexual then. But like, you're also a sabersexual? We feel each other's existence in our hands.
で、それはいいんだけど、トサカ。
So, what did you do to
セイ
Saber?
バーをどうしたんだよ。
どうしたって、どうもしてないけど。単に契約を続行して、私の使い魔をやってもらってるんじゃない。
I didn't do
セ
anything
イ
to
バーは
Saber.
最強の使い魔なんだから、そう簡単に手放すわけないでしょ。
Our contract still exists, so she's still my familiar. Saber's the strongest familiar, so there's no way I'd let her go, right? Eh? What do you mean? So, like, Saber just had a strong enough will to not vanish. So she didn't vanish. So you still had a command spell. So you still had her. So she just doesn't vanish? Is it that simple? Tosag replies if it's natural. But it's not that simple.
お前な、セイバーは聖杯と引き換えにサーバントになったんだぞ。その報酬がなくなったんだから、もう自由になっていいはずだ。
Hey now, Sarah became a servant in exchange for the Holy Grail. She should be set free since her reward's gone now. Unless she gets a new reward.
だってさ、セイバー。シロはセイバーにさっさと帰れって言ってるけど。
I see. Did you hear that, Saber? Shira was saying you should go back. Uh-huh. Hmm.
違う、そんなわけないだろう。
No, that's not true. Uh-huh. Considering he had a Rin route and Saber route, it's fair to say he's in both of them. Shiro in both of them? Tumbling Shiro is kind of thinking that Saber should go rest. I mean, maybe he's got that subtle Timeline 1 knowledge and knows that's the correct outcome of his character development of letting her go.
俺が言いたいのは、セイバーを使い魔にしておくなんてもう意味がないって。
What I'm trying to say is that there's no meaning in keeping you as a familiar. No meaning? There's meaning if we can, get busy.
あるわよ。聖杯がないんだから、セイバーは魔術師と契約してないとこの世にとどまれない。そのためには使い魔になってもらうのが一番の方法でしょ。
There is. Saber cannot stay in this world unless she has a contract with a Magus. Since Holy Grail doesn't exist anymore, having her become a familiar is the best way, right? But like, does it hurt you? Like how it hurt Ilya? For Berserker to do it the hard way? Or is she like a cheap imitation? Does she not have her fight powers and she's just there? I could maybe accept that if you explain that. But then you're saying Saber's the strongest familiar, so that wouldn't even really work because otherwise she wouldn't be the strongest familiar if she's just a girl now. Having become a familiar is the best way, right? Uh-huh.
だいたい私だって魔力の大部分をセイバーに分けるんだから、その分の働きはしてもらわないと。魔術の基本は等価交換なんだから。
Oh. Okay. First of all, I'm giving Saber most of my magical energy. She should work to compensate for that. The fundamental rule of magic is equivalent exchange. Are you just making her a weaker version of Saber then? Is that allowed? I mean, I guess to be fair with Ilya, she would have needed a strong version of Berserker to have any chance. So she wouldn't have been able to use a weaker version? Maybe? If this turns out to be a threesome, you're just gonna like this ending then? It depends on the kind of threesome. I don't want like a wishy-washy, maybe he'll choose Saber, maybe he'll choose Rin ending. Because that's, well, we'll see. The fundamental rule of magic is equivalent exchange.
それとも何？シローはセイバーが残ってくれて嬉しくないのかな？
Or what, are you not happy that Saber stayed?
そんなの嬉しいに決まってる。
Of course I'm happy! Uh-huh. So I guess she had just had the strongest will, just enough for Rin and Saber to make a contract off-screen before Rin said goodbye to Archer. And maybe Archer was too far faded at that point because he'd already been around for a while. After the contract is faded, Rin and Saber's hadn't faded, so they could have done like a downgraded contract formation, even if it was impossible for Rin to make Archer still stay in the world. Not that necessarily she would want to do that over this, it's just, like, could she have, is what I keep coming back to. If she had wanted to. Of course I'm happy!
けど、セイバーがサーバントのままなんていうのはおかしいだろう。
Isn't it wrong she's still a servant?
それに、聖杯がないのにセイバーをとどめておくなんてできるのか？
And can you even keep her in the scroll without a holy grail? Right, that's the biggest problem. It's beyond human capabilities to make her whole experience into a familiar. Archer also said that Rin still has a contract with Saber when Rin wanted to reconnect with Archer. That's fair. Yeah. It's beyond human capabilities to make her whole experience into a familiar. I could definitely see why Archer would just be done with the world and leave the future of Shiro to this Shiro, even if Saber wanted to stay, but... Even if Tosaka is a superior magus, it should be impossible for her to keep Saber in this world. So there's only one way. A familiar that cannot live off the contractor's magical energy needs to replenish her powers from elsewhere. So from where? I mean, you have jewels, but you only have so many jewels. Like taking souls from people in town, just like what Ryder did. I mean, Rin would definitely not be the person to do that.
あのね、そんな暗い顔で何考えてるか知らないけど、
Hey now.
話は最後まで聞き
I
な
don't know
さ
what
い。
you're thinking with that gloomy face, but hear me through. Hear me through. Sure, I'll hear you.
いい？確かに私一人でセイバーを維持するのは難しいわ。
Yes, keep using Kira as orphans.
こっちにはもう一人魔術師がいるじゃない。二人で協力すれば、なんとかセイバーをつなぎ止めることができるはずよ。
It certainly is hard for me to maintain Saber by myself, but we have one more Magus here. We should be able to maintain Saber with the two of us. Oh, so you're saying it's a huge fucking strain on you right now? But if Shiro pitches in, now that he's opened all of his circuits and he has more energy, it will be possible, but for now it's just eating away at you? Oh. Threesome magical contract? Sounds fun. Didn't Caster destroy that? The Kirei basement? Yeah, maybe. Well, Kirei escaped. Maybe he took his orphans with him.
二人って
What?
もしかして俺のことか？
You mean me?
当たり前でしょ？あなた以外誰がいるっていうのよ。
Of course. Who else is here?
いや、頼りにされるのは嬉しいんだが、協力しろって言われても困る。使い魔との契約なんて知らないし、そんな器用なことできないぞ、俺。
Well, I'm glad you're counting on me, but that's troubling. I don't know anything about contracts. I can't do anything so skillful. I mean, you said that before you started sword birthing like a boss, so, you know.
もちろん、そんなのは承知の上よ。
Oh, I already took that into consideration. Excuse me. Did you make a revert? You said that it's a one-way, your energy into me. Unless you did while I was sleeping, you fucked me up and made it me into you too. And then you're gonna use some of mine without me asking?
セイバーへの魔力提供は私一人でやるから、 シロは私のフォローをしてくれればいいの。セイバーほどじゃないけど、私も何かと不自由になっちゃうから。
So you're saying we're gonna have a ritual to reverse the flow? I'll supply Saber with magical energy, so all you need to do is help me. I won't be as bad as Saber, but I'll be at an inconvenience as well. Okay. I don't know what she's angry about, but Tosaka explains while looking away. She's saying we need to do sex again. And, like, reverse the flow, or make it go both ways. Let's put that aside for now.
フォローってどんな？
What do you mean by help? I address the biggest question I have.
そりゃ
That's why
い
she
ろいろよ。
blushes.
いちいち口にすることでもないでしょ。
Well, a lot of things. It's not something I should mention, right? Oh, you accidentally clicked that? Oops. I thought for a second that, oh no, what did Vaneem say? I never saw it though, so I'm like, oh, good thing I never saw it. But it turns out he said nothing bad. Oops. Well, a lot of things. It's not something I should mention, right? Yeah, it seems like reverse sex.
悪いがトサカ、いろいろじゃわからない。めんどくさがらず、ちゃんと説明してくれ。
Sorry, you lost me. Don't be lazy and explain it to me properly.
だからいろいろはいろいろなの。もうそれぐらい察しろバカ。
It's just stuff, okay? Come on. You know what I mean, you idiot. And if he doesn't, he'll find out off screen, I guess. Oh, jeez. I mean, yeah, it's definitely stuff, but she still doesn't want to talk about it in front of Saber. Maybe there's an idea there that, well, she's still saying she wants to have the sex, so definitely feelings, and, she, you know, theoretically there could also be Saber-Shiro sex to fix the situation, but Rin doesn't want to allow that. She's gonna have the Rin-Shiro sex to have it all funnel through Rin. Rin's the one two-timing with the Saber and the Shiro. Shiro and Rin and Saber are now just gonna fuck forever? That sounds fun. Dashes. Damn, my ears are ringing. What's up with Tosaka yelling like that all of a sudden?
とにかく私の使い魔としてならセーバーは限界させられるってことよ。
Anyway, it's just that I can keep Saber in this role by keeping her as my familiar. So I guess for now it's just super duper painful, huh?
エミヤ君はセイバーがいてくれた方がいいんでしょ。
You want Saber to stay, right?
ならそれで文句はないじゃない。
Then this is all good. Okay. Well, it is good if Saber can stay. But that's only the case if Saber consents. Uh-huh. I mean, she should consent, given that she likes us back now, I guess. Threesome! It's wrong to keep her in this world if Saber doesn't want to stay here.
シロ、私が残ることに何か反対があるのですか？
Shiro, do you have something against me staying here? Remember, kids, consent is important. Saber must have sensed my concern. Dashes. I have no objections. I don't want to object, but this is something I have to ask. So she's just gonna stay around in the... So, if there's a version where she stays around, then that must mean, I think it would have to mean it would be weird for them to do it in the timeline too, the middle timeline, and then leave it out in the final timeline where everyone's happily ever after. It's gotta mean she stays in timeline 3 too, right? At least in their own good version of that, if there is 2 versions there, which I think there might be based on the ending screen showing 5 endings now. But I doubt they would do the second ending being the Saber stays ending again. So maybe there's a different second ending, and even in the first ending Saber stays because of reasons. If that's the case, this might be something that's better seen after even playing Timeline 3. Heh. Now you finally know the reason why I wanted you to go to Timeline 3 instead of doing this. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to object, but this is something I have to ask.
セイバー、もうこの町に聖杯はない。ここにいてもお前の望みが叶うことはないんだ。
That's not her wish anymore. She already abandoned that. She had her character development half off screen. More on screen than Rin's, debatably. Rin's was all subtext, but... Saber, there is no holy grail in this town. Your wish won't come true even if you stay here.
セイバーは
Is that
そ
fine
れ
for
でいい
you?
のか。
はい。私は私の意志で
Yes.
この時代にとどまります。
I'm staying in this world of my own will.
私は最後まであなたを見届けたい。
I would like to watch over you until the very end. Uh-huh.
彼は私が間違えていると言った。その答えをいつかあなたが私に教えてください。
He said, you mean future Shiro, said that my way is wrong. I would like for you to tell me the answer to that someday. The answer to your correct way? This ending could work if a whole route was building up to this. A fusion of Timeline 1 and Timeline 2. Yeah. Like the idea that if it was just, you can do, like, if there was no executables, it's just things could branch more, but there were certain choices maybe you couldn't make in the initial version of events till seeing it out once. You know, so Saber's always first, Rin's always second, etc., etc. But if, you know, you can make certain choices and hit enough of their boxes, then them putting them two together, yeah, there's an idea there, but... I would like to watch over you until the very end. He said that my way is wrong. I would like for you to tell me the answer to that someday. This ending works if you don't see the other ending first. I think the chances of you not seeing the other ending first are slim to none, for one thing. But, even beside that, I don't agree, and I'll talk about why later, but... If you play through picking up Saber constantly, the ending comes much more naturally rather than skipping through picking up points. But yeah, also it's almost impossible for you to even get this on your first route, because you're not likely to pick Saber route choices again. Because you're like, oh, we're not on the Saber route, I want to make sure I Rin waifu. I don't want to get killed like a bad ending like I got in Timeline 1 when Saber killed me because I wasn't sabering enough. Now I should be Rinning. So, I think very, very few people would ever get this their first time. I'd like for you to tell me the answer to that someday. Her voice is gentle, yet it contains a strong will. It's just like that night. It is the pure voice that told me of our contract on our first night together. The pure voice told me of our contract on our first night together.
セイバー、
You got all the dojos you went along? You tried to get all the bad endings as you went? I like going back and getting them later. But I understand the mentality of trying to find them all as you go for sure. But I definitely prefer trying to see one pathway out and trying to do things right. And yeah, the dojos are different than an entirely different ending. Yeah. Saber.
はい。あなたには迷惑でしょうが、
Yes.
どうか許してほしい。
I know I'll be a nuisance, but please forgive me.
その代償として、私は変わらずあなたの力になりましょう。
As compensation, I shall be of help to you. Uh-huh. And then Rin gets all jealous, of course. Requires point. It doesn't really, you just need to pick Saber, which you probably won't. If you go 2 Saber point-wise, you get fucked by day 12 anyway. Huh? Oh, maybe because I didn't go 2 Saber-wise. If you go 2 Saber point-wise, you get fucked by day 12 anyways. Because you went 2 Saber-wise that Rin doesn't like Saber enough to keep her in this world, you mean? So I didn't go 2 Saber-wise? I thought I was picking every Saber choice. So I guess I didn't do it enough, which is good. But I thought I was doing it enough. So there's a version where you go too much Saber that Rin doesn't care about you enough to save Saber for your sake. So that is a possibility, huh? So that's what that hint meant? Makes sense. I counted the points in Rennie's LP. Oh, did you? He was 1 point off getting that bad end. Bad end? But if it's a bad end, it's a Taiga Dojo. Do you just mean going back on the Rin end? 1 point wonder then. Yeah. I stare back at her. Rin just barely likes me enough. In the normal true ending? Wait, what? It's Rennie we're talking about. Wait, are you saying there's a bad ending I missed? No, because I need to get all the bad endings. In the normal true ending, if you don't get enough Rin points in day 12, you get a bad... What? Well, I need to get that Taiga Dojo then. Oh. Oh, you're just forced to go to the church and die? Wait, you mean the one where Archer kills you? That day 12 ending? And you have no Rin option. When exactly do you die? Is this a separate Taiga Dojo, or is it one I've already gotten that just opens up in a separate way? I assumed it would have its own unique Taiga Dojo. With the caster killing you? Or you need to look for Rin before going to the church. Oh. Oh, so... Oh, that was the point then. I was wondering, what's the point of this choice, though? So it was only a choice because you had enough Rin points. Okay. So it's either church or go look for Rin, and if you don't have enough Rin points, you can't go look for Rin. Oh. I got enough Rin points both times. Hey, look at that, Saber! Looks like I like Rin more than Saber. It's not even really true. I would say I like probably Saber more than Rin at this point. I like the okay, that's hard to say. I like Saber and Shiro as a couple more than Rin and Shiro as a couple. I don't know if I like Saber as a character more than Rin as a character. I can go back and forth there. But I did the Saber bad ending first by not getting enough Saber points. But I managed to get enough Rin points even when I was trying to make Rin jealous, as it were, on the good ending path. So that's funny. I stare back at her. Uh-huh. That's fascinating, huh? Yeah, the dojo even mentioned you may have just ignored Rin. Don't do that. Oh, I'm gonna have to look at that dojo again then. Interesting. I don't remember that, but I'm gonna look at that one again. Not right now, but please forgive me. As compensation, should be I've helped you. Brrr, back in the moment. So there was a Rin bad ending. I was wondering about that. I was thinking maybe it's just that there's a Rin really good ending and a Rin normal good ending, and that's what the true and good endings were. But the really good Rin ending seems to just be a threesome, which is I stare back at her. I don't know if I'll be able to meet her expectations. But I'm sure I won't stray from my path if she watches over me. And of course, Rin just gets more jealous.
はいはい、そこまで。
Alright, alright.
見つめ合うのは結構だけど、いつまでもそんなんじゃ話が進まないでしょ。
It's fine if you two stare at each other, but the conversation's not going anywhere like that. Funny, funny.
遠坂なんだよいきなり大声出しやがって
Tosaka, why the loud voice? You scared me. Well, I did say I wanted to make Tosaka jealous. I succeeded.
そっちがいつまでものろけてるからでしょ。
It's because you two are flirting.
いい？話を戻すわよ。
Listen, let's get back on topic, okay? Sure, let's be on topic.
セイバーは私と契約して、シローは私に協力する。事後承諾になるけど、今後の体制はそういうことで構わないわね。
Saber has a contract with me, and Shiro is to support me. It's an ex post facto approval. But are you two all right with that?
ああセイバーが承諾してるなら文句はない
Yeah, I have no objection if Saber's fine with that.
けど遠坂に協力するって結局何なんださっきの話じゃ全然わからないし いまいち不安で納得できないんだが。
But what do you mean by support? I don't get what I should do, so I'm a bit reluctant to agree. They have to have the sex, just like they did the first time. Duh. Come on, Shiro. Be smarter. I asked Saber for consent. I don't think it's Saber you should be asking for consent in this case.
そうですね。シロの立場からすれば、内容のわからない約束は不安でしょう。
Yes, it should be difficult for Shiro to make a promise he does not know about.
リン、いろいろフォローするとはどういうことなのですか？
Rin, what do you mean by having Shiro help you? Of course. Even now Saber's gonna ask. Literally after the fact in Latin. Oh wait, I expected you to ask. You didn't ask. I mean, I roughly know what that means, but yeah. Where is the thing when... Yeah, ex post facto. I mean, I don't fully know what that means, but I kind of understood in context. But now I know what it means, because you said after the fact in Latin. Thumbs up. What do you mean by having Shiro help you? Saber asks her, and Tosaka retreats. Good, good. Even Tosaka should give up a third party. Gives an unbiased opinion.
ほら、セイバーもこう言ってるし、
See?
具体的な内容だな。
Saber's saying so too, so give me a clear explanation. This has to be my chance. But...
もうごちゃごちゃ言わない。
Sheesh, just be quiet! Imagine if this was the only UBW ending. I might have some thoughts if this was the only UBW ending. I'm gonna have some thoughts regardless, but I want to wait till the whole thing wraps up so I can... you know. Because I have a lot of... There's a lot of thoughts in my head right now, and I don't want to waste too much time thinking at the moment. Which I know, for me, is weird, but...
セイバーは私のだし、シロだってもう私のなんだから口答えは禁止。
Saber is mine, and you're mine too, so don't argue back to me. Oh, how territorial. You're both of our tops. But you know, if you're the top and we're the bottom, that means we'll be sleeping closer together, theoretically, if we're both bottoms.
使い魔同士、黙ってマスターの言うこと聞くのが筋ってもんでしょ？
Familiar should listen to their master without talking back. Oh, suddenly I'm your familiar, huh? Maybe that makes it a little hotter. After all, I liked Ilya when I was familiar. This is Ren's harem, yeah. Tosaka has apparently established a dictatorship.
ちょっと待て。俺、遠坂のものじゃないぞ。
Hold on, I'm not yours, Tosaka. Yes, you are. Don't fight back, bottom boy. Okay, I like that angle. That, you know, Rin kind of finally got what she wanted with the... I got Saber as my servant. I got to keep Shiro as my boyfriend. I get them both, and they don't get to have each other. They're mine. I'm not yours, Tosaka.
何よ。シロ、私と契約したじゃない。
What? You made a contract with me. Well, yeah, but that was for me to give you energy, which normally would make you my familiar, right? Or wait, no, that was for you to give me energy. That does make me familiar-esque. Never mind. Now you want me to give you energy, which would be different, but...
私から魔力を引っ張った時点で使い魔みたいなもんなんだから、これぐらい無茶言ってもいいんだから。
You've been like my familiar from the moment you took my magical energy, so I'm allowed to be this selfish. Who's showing who here? Yes. Fuck my father and the Tosaka name. I'm just gonna be with my boyfriend and my girlfriend forever. Yeah. I kind of like it from that perspective. She's pressuring me. Our call would happen that night and freeze up. And I can tell that... Any of Shiro's and Rin's kids are gonna have 2 moms and 1 dad. What about Shiro and Saber's kids? Is that possible? Do her organs work, as it were? Crap, I'm saying a ridiculous thing! She was forced to outburst because Saber pushed her too hard. Well, Shiro said he's not yours, but because Saber started it. It's a fun scene. I'm saying a ridiculous thing. Make a ghost kid. Great question. If you can smooch a ghost, I think you can make a ghost kid, right? How come your dad gets to have two moms? He's just lucky. Tosaka clearly regrets saying that, and I kind of feel sorry for her.
そりゃあ遠坂の魔力を借りてなんとかなったし、遠坂と契約したのは事実だから、そういう見方もあると思うけど。
Well, I think this scene has successfully given me a boner, so I will accept it as not being as bad as it could have been for an ending that keeps Saber alive. Out of seemingly nowhere. Well, I did manage to survive because of your magical energy, and it's true that we made a contract, so I guess that's one way to put it. No, Mom lets me have another mom, not Dad. We don't talk about that, Dad. Only Mom can talk to Dad, not other Mom. What? I did manage to survive because of your magical energy, and it's true that we made a contract, so I guess that's one way to put it.
あると思うじゃなくて、
It's
事実
true.
そうなの。とにかく話はそういうことよ。
So that's all.
私たちの協力関係はまだ続行中なの。
Our cooperation is still intact. I even chose the choice in this route where I said, we'll end our cooperation with Rin as soon as we're done with the school thing. Nope.
ついでに言っとくと、協力者が未熟のままっていうのもあれだから、シローには少しでも早く一人前になってもらうわ。
Furthermore, I don't want an amateur for a partner, so I'm gonna have you become a proper magus.
魔術は私が教えて、戦闘技術はセイバーが鍛えるからね。今日からビシバシ行くから覚悟なさい。
I'm gonna teach you magic, and Saber's gonna be teaching you how to fight. We're gonna be hard on you, so prepare yourself. I think by going so comedic, you can't really take the scene seriously, it becomes a meme and therefore a bit better. I suppose, yeah. Dashes. So you can think of it just as a fun non-canon ending where Saber lived. And so they make the scene funny, I guess. But like before the scene started, Shiro was acting all serious, which potentially ruins the mood if that's what they were going for. I'm surprised at the sudden proposal. It's really great, but that means
遠坂、俺の魔術の師匠になってくれるのか。
Tosaka, you're gonna become my teacher?
仕方ないでしょ。他に適任者がいないんだから。
It can't be helped, right? There's no other suitable person.
それに、シローは私のなんだから、他のやつになんて任せられないわ。
And you're mine, so I can't let anyone else take care of you. I mean, it's pretty close to an I love you, I guess, by saying that you're theirs. I'll take it. I think it's a little more than you ever quite said in the other version of events. What? She's really being the top now. Even more so than in the other version, where Saber wasn't even around. Well, when she has two bottoms, it's, I guess, more important to assert yourself as the top. That's unfair. It's really embarrassing if she says something like that with a red face. It's to mark that territory, yep. She can't have Shiro Saber claiming the top because, like, you know, if Shiro claims the top, then, oh no, he might try to be equally with Saber as Rin, but Rin needs to be the top so that doesn't happen. Shiro and Saber, like, you know, they can both be with Rin, but they can't be much with each other. Only a little bit to be friends. Stay away from each other, you bottoms. Dashes. Dashes. We're both blushing and we keep standing there, not knowing what to say. If that was the ending they were going for, and they wanted it to be Rin marking her territory with both of them, then I feel they still have Shiro being a little too saber-sexual in this way. And it could be better if it was just, oh, as friends. And we keep standing there not knowing what to say. Dashes, because clearly there's some strong Shiro-Rin chemistry, but there was also some, you know, not weak Shiro-Saber stuff before. I need more training to deal with her. I can't speak because I'm so conscious of her. And right before Tosaka goes on a rampage due to much pressure...
Rin, 話がまとまったところで、そろそろ朝食にしませんか?
Oh hey, turns out Shiro didn't make too much. If anything, he might not have made enough. Rin, this case is settled, so let's go eat breakfast. Saber offers timely help.
そうね。いい加減お腹減ったし、シロも朝まだでしょ？
You're right, I'm getting hungry too. You haven't eaten breakfast yet, right, Shiro? Tosaka is acting awkward. No, he hasn't yet.
ああ
He wasn't
起きてすぐに
hungry
飯の準備をしたけど
because he
食わ
was
ずにこ
so
っちに来たからまだ
lonely.
食べてない
I did cook breakfast right before I woke up, but I came here before I ate it. Saber's the anchor of this relationship, here to cool everyone down. I answer awkwardly as well.
何？じゃあご飯作ってあるの？
Then you already made breakfast?
作ってあるトースト2人分
Yeah, there's 2 servings of toast. Only 2?
本当？なんだ、気が利くじゃないシロ。
Really? Wow, you sure are thoughtful. He made the other one for Saber. Let's be honest. He shouldn't admit that, though.
善は急げ。早速今に行きましょう、セイバー。
Let's hurry. Let's go to the living room, Saber. We'll eat the 2 servings, so we will have nothing. Of course. Oh. Where did the previous awkwardness go? Tosaka pulls Saber with her and leaves the dojo. No food for Shiro. I watched them go in blank amazement. Oh, is this how it... It's playing that same song, that we're about to wrap things up song. Is that where it ends? What are you standing there for, Shiro? That's an image. It's okay. I won't save it out of spite.
3人揃わないとお茶できないでしょ？
Rin with her leg on the desk is a better image. We can't start eating till we're all there. Rin X Saber. She calls back to me while putting Saber forward with her. Tosaka is waving me from the yard. Rin X Saber finally fulfilled?
参った本当に待ったなしだなあいつ
Man, she really doesn't wait around. She's been taking the initiative so many times, and I'm sure that's the way it's going to be in the future. Uh-huh. This is just an everyday thing if I'm to be with her. Uh-huh. You cannot be with Tosaka unless you're really prepared. Are you prepared, Shiro? And Saber's here too, because... To put it her way, it can't be helped. She was able to make it this far because she's like that, and that's exactly the girl I fell in love with. Okay, you're settling on the Rin sexualness. I guess I like it. I was gonna say you better do the frickin' both, the threesome, but because Rin's taking charge as the top, how they're both hers, I'm more okay with it. It's exactly the girl I fell in love with.
ほら、早く早く。急がないと先に食べちゃうからね。
Come on, hurry up. We're gonna start eating without you. Even though she says this, she's standing there and waiting for me. The liar. Determined to the end to lie. Just like Shiro, I guess, in a way. He'll lie saying he can make frickin' Kiritsugu's ideal come true, but he knows he's lying at least. She's always complaining and cold-hearted, but she's really good-natured deep down. Not that deep down.
ああ今行くちょっと待ってろ
I'm coming, hold on! I'll leave the dojo and follow them. Tosaka's there and Saber's there. Tosaka's not someone to stay put, and Saber has a competitive spirit, so I'm sure they'll go everywhere. I'm sure these frantic days will continue as long as we're together. There was a determined future, and there's a future I'm walking towards. Even if I'm to someday reach the place he stood, I'm sure a different future awaits if brilliant days like this lie ahead of me. Uh-huh. The sun has risen already. Even if I'm not able to change it by myself, I'm sure the two of us can change it a bit. Two of us, not three of us? Talking about future Shiro then? We have just started walking down my path. I'll do my best and walk on alongside that reliable partner of mine. Which one? Sure, a different future awaits if brilliant days like this lie ahead of me. Okay, good end. Some lines from you? Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. So I've got some... So... Couple thoughts about that. The first, if that's the lone epilogue versus, let's say, the epilogue where we're talking to Rin and talking about our future, I like the one, this one gets me a little hotter, but, I like the one, because I like when Rin's being top and taking charge, blah, blah, blah. But, being more serious, I like the one in the classroom with Rin alone better, because they're actually, like, talking about a real future and where things will be going, and not just, things will be great as long as we're together. It's more, there was a real thing planned out of, we're going to go to this place, and, we'll be studying this, and I like that. Now, the Saber still just being around thing. So, Timeline 1's ending was all about Shiro giving Saber up. However, even when that happened, I had hoped there'd be maybe some version where Shiro could be with Saber. But, like, I don't think it happening here... Well, it's not exactly what happened here. He's still sort of being with Rin, to my understanding. Saber's just around, and sometimes they'll have funny sexual tension, but Shiro seems to still be with Rin, I think. Oh yeah, we still have to click forward, right? There's going to have the epilogue or whatever, or the answer. No, wait. End? No answer? Just end? Do you not get an answer? If you do that, then it's the worst ending. Do you not get the answer? Oh, we have the cool picture now. That's a plus. I like the cool picture. They don't give us the answer? They don't give us the after with future Shiro? Oh, that's even worse then. Like, I thought, okay, they replaced the epilogue with saying where it's going, but I thought we'd still at least get the future Shiro. Oh, future Shiro is much better then. That version's much better. So if we go to endings. Unlimited Blade Works, good end. Sunny day. The answer is a true end exclusive, I guess. So, yeah, the thing about Saber is that Timeline 1 was, in a way, all about, at the end, the resolution was, well, I can't be with Saber no matter how much I want to be. I understand that there's something of a, well, Rin needed to do this, and Shiro has to chip in too for this to work. And Rin maybe didn't necessarily care enough about Shiro. That's even debatable because she liked him even from her past before even things started. Rin didn't necessarily like Shiro, at least as much in this timeline, to have Saber still be kept around. And I guess Rin did get shanked a little bit in that ending. Hey, that'd be even better than if she fully died instead of just sleep died. But, if she fully sleep died instead of fake sleep died, But, because that would be an excuse why Saber would have to fade too in that timeline, because Rin's not around. But, The thing is, though, I really enjoyed the Shiro-Saber romance in that path, and then Shiro just had to give her up. But here in this timeline, Shiro and Saber were definitely more of a bromance, but then Saber still stays around in the good ending, but it's like Shiro and Rin are still romance, but Saber gets to stay around. But then, like, at the last minute, it seemed like Shiro was suddenly becoming so fond of Saber in this timeline. I wanted to see a version maybe where Shiro could end up happy with her, but this feels... The way it happened is... I don't know. It's not the worst thing it could be. Because, like, Rin taking top charge, and it being because maybe of Rin's feelings to Shiro, maybe she's doing it to help make Shiro more happy. That's fair, and Shiro does end up as Rin's master, whereas in the other timeline it didn't happen necessarily, if that's important. But, it's iffy. It's iffy, because the idea... I like the idea of it. I like the idea of Saber staying around. But, like, is there no version where Saber stays around, and, like, gets to bang Shiro more? Because Shiro wanted that so bad and had to give it up. And there's merit to him gaining the will to give it up. But, like, it's similar to how he gained the will to give up his wish before learning that the Grail is stupid. There'd be merit to him learning that he has to give her up before finding out that actually he doesn't. There'd be merit to him growing into a person that could give her up, but not have to give her up. So if anything, I wish there was a better version of that timeline where, you know, Rin could be friends, or, I don't know, because with this one, or rather, this one existing is fine, I guess, if that one also existed. The thing about this is that, because it's on the Rin timeline, and because I thought, well, we still could have gotten more Rin, the Rin good ending, you know, might be more Rin. Instead, it's good because Saber stays around. And it feels juxtaposed, I suppose, that you need to go so hard on Saber for the good ending, as it were. Which, I guess if I have a problem with it, it's more that things don't change beforehand to accommodate. Like, Rin is, like, Vanim, you said something about this earlier, and I wasn't fully paying attention because I partially didn't want to fully pay attention. You said the idea about some ending, and I wasn't really looking, and then I looked later. I don't know if that comment's already been deleted. Oh, there it is. So, this ending is slightly obtuse here because Realta Nua excises all context for the mana transfer. The thing that I think is weird about it is that they made a whole big deal about how much it hurt Elia to keep, to make Berserker brute force in. So the implication to me is that Rin is hurting a lot until she makes her transfer with Shiro. She doesn't look like she's hurting a lot. And they're being so slapstick about it too the whole time. Yeah. I don't hate the idea, but yeah. And, like, there's a thing with Saber staying around as a bro is different from Saber staying around as a lover. Because, you know, Shiro gets to have his happily ever after with Rin. And, Berserker's just that high maintenance? That's possible, yeah. Like, I wish something would have changed throughout the timeline to hint that this was more possible. Because, if anything, arguably the Ilya thing hints it's possible, kinda. But it also gives a reason why, well, if it was going to happen, it would be, whoa. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah, the idea that... What was I saying? Now I've lost my train of thought. Like, Saber staying around as a bro is different than Saber staying around as a lover, and, like, in the ending where that Shiro clearly wanted to be with Saber and gave her up, if there's a way for that Shiro to get with Saber, it would make me more okay with, like, the bromance Shiro getting to be with Saber. Because otherwise, it's just giving the idea that, no, Shiro and Saber just shouldn't be together. They're not a happy couple. It's better for them to give each other up. But it's okay if Saber stays around in an ending where they're just bros. So I'm not as much of a fan of that notion, if that makes sense. Because I like them as a couple. I prefer them as a couple over... now that I've seen the Rin good ending, I can definitely say that, yeah. I prefer Shiro-Saber chemistry and their romance in general over Shiro and Rin's romance. As characters, Rin and Saber I think are pretty close in my heads. But as a romance and chemistry and who I'd prefer to see the happily ever after of, it's definitely Shiro and Saber. But and yeah, it's like Saber gets to continue, but only if she gets to be bros with Shiro, only if Rin takes charge. And I suppose that in its own way is fine, but like, here's a question. For myself, that is, I'm answering a question to myself. What if this was the only ending? What if there was no good and true? What if they just set this up and there was no points? And, say Rin would I have liked it more? They could have kept the answer. They could have even kept the "where are we going now" later scene of Rin and Shiro. They could have even, they could have kept kind of both in a way. They could have kept the Saber and Rin, and then they kept the Rin and Shiro talking about the future type of thing. If they had done that, and if it had just been, one ending, they could have potentially built up to a little bit more, because it's not something that might happen. So it's something that will happen if you reach the good end. That would have given more leeway to build more up to it. And if they were to build more up to it, I think I could have liked it more. The idea of it as an alternate, funny, even better ending worsens it for me. I don't know. I guess just because it's an alternate ending, they didn't spend as much time building up to the possibility of it as they could have, I guess, is the idea in my head. The problem in my brain. Because if it was the only ending, and if it wasn't like a special good ending, if it was the only ending, and it just happens that Saber stays around because of Rin, I could have been like, oh, that's interesting. I could have been like, oh yeah, so because of Rin and how much she cares, Saber gets to stay around, and oh, that's neat. They're only bros, like Shiro and Saber aren't going to be in a super romance, but that's interesting. And it could make me look back, I guess. Whereas here, and if they had built up to it more, but yeah, very little in the true end contradicts the good end. Yeah, that's why I'm like, they could have done the true end and the good end as like the same end, and it could have just been the end. Now, I'm not saying I dislike the version where Saber just lets herself fade. But like, if this was just had to be the Rin route, and there was a Saber route that never led there, as it were, then I would prefer probably the one end, being the good end, if they were going to have this good end. But otherwise, yeah, if there was like more looseness to how you progress through the novel, and there was a possibility to just, you hit enough Rin points, you hit enough Saber points, that you can like mesh the routes together and get that ending. But like that wouldn't even necessarily work, because the implication there is that Shiro really would be a full 2-timing, which is different than what they showed, because they definitely showed the implication is that Rin's the waifu and she's just being the top. You can assume it all goes about the same, but with Saber still around. Do you think the existence of the good egg drags down the true end? I think the existence of the true end, if anything, the true end is good, but it drags down the good end is more my thinking. Like, I wish it was all just one end, but the idea that the good end drags down the true end, maybe a little bit, because there could arguably be an implication that Shiro will definitely be happier with Saber around than he ever would be with Rin, and without Saber, so maybe there is some drag down. I just don't think they didn't, like, because they could so easily go together, I think it'd be better if they just went together and there was more room to build up to it. Because, because getting the good ending, I guess the idea, unless it's really important for the third timeline that Saber vanishes in Timeline 2's true ending, unless there's an important reason due to time travel shenanigans, that the good ending is just a non-canon fun thing. But if the good ending is just a non-canon fun thing, I think they could have had a little more fun with it. Oh man, yeah, that epilogue didn't even address like, oh yeah, Taiga and Kazuki used to be drinking buddies. Oh, Shinji and Sakura are doing okay or whatever. It didn't talk about any of that. So in a lot of ways, it does just feel like an offshoot. Oh, after you get the true ending, here's a little fun thing that could have potentially happened, but it didn't. But if it is going to be a potential fun thing that could have happened, but it didn't, I feel they could have went deeper with how fun it could have been. They could have made it even more funner. I don't know about Taiga Dojo, but like, you know, really liven up, like, just how much fun Shiro's having that he shouldn't be having, because in Timeline 3, the character development is Shiro learns to have fun with himself. I don't know. But, like, there is an assumption, I can see that working if the good ending just, you know, if Rin succeeds in fully making Shiro have fun and all of that junk, and that's why it has to be non-canon, because Shiro never truly learned to have fun in Timeline 2. That's a Timeline 3 development, and that's what makes it the good ending. But I still think there could be more build-up to that and more scenes, and less, oh, you can still skip this. Can't be Tiger Dojo without Ilya. It's true... It's true that it's harder to make it super-duper good, everything works out forever, if Ilya isn't around. But... maybe there could have even been a secret route to that. That's pretty far in. I don't know. And if not, they still could have made the most of without having Ilya. Losing Ilya is a big loss. It's a big loss. How dare they call it a true... How dare they call it a good end with Ilya being dead. But, I think they still could have, you know, livened up the funness. And that would have made me be more okay with it, because it would have made me fully accept it as, oh, a non-canon would have been happier thing. Yeah. Yeah. Because if the game acknowledges that this shouldn't happen, and acknowledges that Timeline 1 is the correct... maybe this isn't the idea. But if the idea is that, oh, the Timeline 1 version, where Saber just, you know, where they have to accept to not be with each other, where Saber should go back. If that's meant to be, yay, and Timeline 2, and this is just meant to be, oh, wouldn't it be fun, but shame it's not true. You know, it's too good to be true. It spits on the narrative a little bit. If that's the idea, if anything, I think it should be a little more obtuse and hard to get. But also... I think it should be more happy and more fun to just build up just how unnatural it is for things to go this way. Like the game acknowledging that it's kind of spitting on the arc of Timeline 1, but like, you know, who cares about that? Wouldn't it be great if this was true? It's not true and it can't be true, and reality hurts, but wouldn't it be great if this was true? But I could enjoy that aspect. Alright, so... Renegade's reactions to the good end. Shrugs. Oh, right. I wanted to check that real quick. What? The bad ending where you go to the dojo and then she's just like, don't be stupid. This one, right? Hold on. I want to... Right. I want to look at this again. We're not starting Timeline 3 today, Wise. Calm your tits. This is the Tiger Dojo where they tell you about stuff? About make sure you like Rin. Oh, is that why they have this kind of Tiger Dojo?
Hi! みんな元気にしてたかな?
What did it say? This is the run that unfortunate people who get run over by trucks once they enter a shortcut. I'm just happy we finally reached it. Oh.
さて、今回教会に行くこと自体は正しい
Great
選択な
choice
んだ
to
け
go to
ど。
the church, but I recommend looking around with Tosaka-san by yourself a bit.
何？無視？ちょっと。
Poke, 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 poke.
あ、起きた。おめざめ、私はね。どうしてって。何あれ。
何って、イリアちゃん知らん？
そのそもそもタイガ魔法
Out
少
of
女って
everybody in
ね。
Faith, the only one doing magical is me! Oh, Rin shows up.
とにかくさっきの導入は以後禁止。
Magical girl joke will
魔
not
法
be
少女
allowed.
ネタは今回きりだ。
So where's the comment about Rin points?
イリアちゃんも魔法少女になりた
They
か
don't
った
tell
の
it?
ね。
Then you just get this Tiger Dojo with no hint of what went wrong?
けどごめんなさい。無理なものは無理なの。
The right people for the right
人間
things.
は けどなんとかしてあげる。うん。イリアちゃんは少年が黒一色だ。
ちょっとパラ
At the end? Oh, wait. Nope. There's nothing. It doesn't seem like they give you any kind of hints. So yeah, that's weird. So, here's what's happening. In regards to Timeline 3, we're basically ready to do it. Over the weekend, I have so many extra things now that I'm going to keep some of them. You didn't finish the dojo, though? What do you mean I didn't finish it? The dojo ended. There is no end. There is no, you didn't finish the dojo. The dojo ended. It kicked me back to the title screen. But, but regardless, right, so I have some extra save points I made here that I'm going to have to remove over the weekend because I need to make extra room. Too many save points. I'll figure that out off screen, of course, and delete the ones that need deleting. But, and then I'll probably order them so that I have a long slot to just go over. Beyond that, though, there is one other thing I'd like to check, and you know what? We have an hour. Let's do it now. Do it now so we can start Timeline 3 as soon as next week starts. Sure, let's do it now. There's one other thing I want to do before I start Timeline 3. I have time. Let's just do it today. So we're going to close this down and open up Fate. Give me a second. Opening Fate. We're opening Fate. Where is the thing so we can open Fate? Da-ba-doo-boo. We're opening Fate. This is Fate. Where is Fate? Here it is. In a second, it's gonna load. We'll be opening Fate. Oh boy, it's Fate. So, here's the ending where you don't get to be happily ever after with Saber. Right. So, this is something I've wanted to check into for a long time. I don't even care about that much, but I care about a little. So, obviously we can't load any of this malarkey, but, the one thing I'm curious about is this. We're mostly skipping through this, but I'm a little curious. Once this game puts you on Unlimited Blade Works path, I know that there's the force ending once you get to the part where Rin kills you. I'm a little curious about the exact text used. Alright, so, idea. If we were, for example, not here, where does Rin want to kill me? The Rin choice where I have to make the choice. Not through there, but it's around, oh, interesting. I can load up a bunch of, a bunch of the choices from Timeline 2. Not all of them, though. That's actually potentially helpful. Yeah, so if I was to load up, let's say, 4th day, oh, that was, on the Rin route. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. 5th day, 4th, 5th. That's too late. 7th day should be too late, right? When does Rin kill you? Oh, it's here. This is what you can't load. Verse Tosaka Rin. And this is on day 6? 10th day is definitely too late. Interesting that they let us load these up. It's probably gibberish, right? Hold on, let me double check. This is gibberish, right? Wait, what? Wait, where are we? We're on the right executable, right? Wait, what? Wait, what? I'll go, wait. This is a 10th day choice, right? Wait, it's not gibberish. Wait, what? Wait, what? 5th day. Wait, what? How is this 5th day? 5th day? I'll go help Sakura out. 5th day? What? How does... Huh? But that wasn't the... Huh? That's weird. Okay, maybe it's because I had an old save point here that I could have loaded? No, that doesn't even make sense. I ended my timeline 1 save points once I got to about page 9 or 10 or so, yeah. So this should all be timeline 2 stuff. So it doesn't even make sense with the idea that I overloaded an old version. That's just weird. Anyways, though, okay, so, okay, I don't have a quick save point I can jump to, so whatever. Interesting. Where was I? Right, let's just do the thing I was actually going to do. I don't have a quick jump, so I'm just going to control through this a little bit. I was curious if I had a close enough save point that I could like load right next to the choice. And if it was identical, then that means the only change is that I choose wrong. We're going to be fast clicking a bit here. Not completely. Okay, I can control through all of this. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Get 6 o'clock. I bet Sakura's already out preparing breakfast. I fell asleep here again. It's a nice morning. There's 2 girls in the house. Oh. Yeah. What? Does this matter? I don't even remember. I'll go help Sakura. That's what I do, right? Because I'm on the Sakura route. Prepping for timeline 3. Sure. Skip scene. Yes, I can skip it. It lets me skip it. So this helps. Skip the scene. Yes. Sure, skip. Because I've seen it before. I've fully seen it, so it lets me skip, which means it's all the same, I would assume. Now it's different. Alright, cool. It's past 7 o'clock. Even though we haven't quite got to school yet. Imagine if timeline 3 isn't even Sakura. If it's Ilya, I'll be so happy. Somehow. I feel like the implication is it's Sakura, but Ilya is important. Which I would not mind, but... Maybe it's Neko-chan. Maybe it's Ayako. I'd be happy about that as well. I don't want to classify Fujine as a girl. Anyway, now... It's past 7 o'clock. Oh, right. I can't see the history of stuff I skipped. I hate that. It's later than usual, but I should still make it on time without hurrying. Right, we're going to school. I don't know exactly what's different, but... Maybe it's my interaction with Rin in general. Maybe it's in relation to the fact that I have one more command spell. I feel something strange and stop. Gonna have timeline 3, you save Ilya and have a poly relationship with Sakura? Hey, that sounds like a great ending.
なんだ別に何がおかしいってわけじゃないよな。
What is this? Something strange? Is this different? I don't remember well enough to know if it's different. It's not like someone's watching me or that something looks different. I might have to load up after this to see if it's different, because I don't remember exactly what's different. If anything, it'd be that it's not that lively. It feels like the students and even the trees in the buildings are dull in color. Oh yeah, no, that's normal, because everything's becoming sleepy, because, you know, like, I remember this. Because Issei was sleepy, and I was like, oh, is it because of the blood thing?
気のせいかな。
It's just me, I'm sure I'm stressed out from all the events. Close my eyes and rotate my shoulders, but even after that, the strange feeling doesn't disappear. Like Archer, my memory of timelines is also blurring. You were supposed to be the chosen one, wise fool, to know when the timelines were different. I get up to the 3rd floor and head to my classroom. Then you run into Rin. I run into Tosaka. Yo! I know her, so I greet her. Well, yeah. Dashes. I mean, you're the one who said no to an alliance, I suppose. Tosaka freezes if she's seen a ghost.
父さかなんだよ。顔になんかついてるのか
Tosaka, what? Is there something on my face? I wipe my cheek with my uniform. Dashes. But Tosaka doesn't even reply. She looks away from me and goes back to her classroom. Maybe that's different because Rin doesn't maybe like me as much in this version of events. Not much has changed. Well, it's a bit different. Actually, some has changed because she asked me to cooperate and I said no. In the other version of events, she never asked me because Archer never got nerfed. So I think there's reason for her to like me less. Question marks? What was that? I don't think it's like her to ignore someone who greeted her. dashes. The strange feeling hits me again when I go into my classroom. Someone might have brought snacks in here, so I smell sweetness in the air.
別にいつも通りの教室だよな。
Costumes like always. I head to my seat where reading the guys. There are about 10 more minutes till homeroom starts. I look around the room and I notice seated with a bag. Shinji's absent, huh? Come to think of it, he wasn't in the club yesterday either. Shinji's actually quite punctual and he tries hard to follow the rules. Oh. Seems like a little bit of a shit to me, but I guess he's punctual to impress girls. It worries me a bit that a guy like him has been absent for 2 days. Be worried about Aiko instead, dang it. The day ends peacefully. Right, has Aiko actually gone missing yet in this version of events? I don't remember. I know she was missing in this version of events, but I don't know if it's happened before the Rin fight. No, it should, because he stays late to look for Aiko. Yeah. I just don't know that he's missing. Or do I know? I don't remember. The day ends peacefully. Classes are over and only a few students remain now. That's just, I don't have anything in particular to do. I should go home before sunset like I promised Saber. Oh. Maybe that's different because you promised Saber something? I don't know.
やっぱり気のせいじゃない。朝からなんか変だ。
It's not my imagination. Something was strange this morning. I strain my nerves and search the surroundings. I feel something weird on my back. Maybe my magic circuit can be easily opened now that I'm a master. The magic circuit that almost appears since the jail. I still have time. I'll look around the buildings going with nothing's wrong. I feel uneasy not having Saber next to me, but I can't have her walk around in school. It shouldn't be that dangerous for me to search alone. Scene skip? No? Okay. The sun is setting. I searched the building and will try not to look suspicious, but I couldn't find anything weird. Oh, do we not find out about Aiko being missing maybe in this version? Maybe you just don't find out. Because, like, weren't we looking because Ayako was missing? Because we were trying to find information about Ayako? Maybe that's it. Maybe you don't find out Ayako is missing in this version of events. Yeah, because we had the talk with Ayako, went to sleep. Well, I skipped a few scenes, so I don't know how much I skipped. So maybe I'm a dirty liar. I was going to say, if we didn't skip any scenes, oh yeah, it's the next day, so that means we haven't run into blah blah blah. Hold on, let me double check that actually. Because we're on the 5th day right now, and this was the 5th day morning. So, it's still the same day? Is it? Or are we the 6th day? I think it's the 5th day. Ugh. Memories. Oh, I can find out right now, actually. Hold on. A quick save. What is this, the 5th day? Is this still the 5th day? How much did skip? It is the 5th day. Okay, we didn't skip much, so it's still the 5th day. So I think the idea is we never found out Ayako went missing, because on the 4th day is when we have our talk with Ayako, and I believe it's not till the 5th day you find out that Ayako is missing, I think. But we never found out Ayako was missing. I think that's the idea. I couldn't find anything weird. Maybe Shinji's actions are just different because of stuff. So, I couldn't find anything weird.
俺一人じゃ無理
To
か。
myself, I'll come and search again
夜
tonight.
になったらセイバーと一緒にもう一度調べに来よう。
I grab Meg and leave the classroom. Kids, I think we're normally supposed to have a talk with Issei. And he's like, oh, yep, it's Aiko, she's missing. But we just never had that talk. The sky is tinted red. The sun is setting and it should get dark in an hour or so. I guess because of Archer not being around, that has affected Rin's actions in a way that have affected Shinji's actions. That's the best way I can make sense of it in my head. That, or someone who understands timeline shenanigans, knows that it's timeline 1, not timeline 2, and so didn't do a thing that affected Shinji in a certain way. Such a sucker if she's got timeline knowledge. The sun's setting and it should get dark in an hour or so. I get to the stairs. When I start to go home, I hear a sound above my head. Question mark? I look up. There. Yeah, there's Rin. Ready to kill. Of, you know, memories. Tosaka staying at the top of the stairs. Uh-huh.
あれ
Oh, you're here too, Tosaka. Ellipses. She doesn't answer. First this morning and then just now. I think her glares are getting worse every time I greet her.
なんだよ。話がないなら行くぞ。俺。
Go if you don't have any business with me. I raise my bag to tell her that I'm going home now. Sigh. Huh? I don't know why, but Tosaka
呆
sighs.
れた。サーバントを連れずに学校に来るなんて正
Are
気。
you sane? She murmurs without emotion.
正気かってそんなの当然だろ。だいた
Sounds
い
similar.
セイバーは霊体化
Can't
でき
turn
な
into
いんだか
spirit
ら。
form.
それなら学校なんて
Skip
休みな
school.
さい。
Hmm.
マスターがサーバント抜き、エミヤ君、
You know how
自
stupid
分
you
が
are,
どれくら
Miyakun?
いおバカか分かってる？
Yeah, because him taking action specifically to look for the weird feeling is... Because I remember telling one, I think it was more about Ayako. Because... something. I searched the building while trying not look suspicious. I couldn't find anything weird because of that weird feeling he had. Shouldn't be that dangerous for me to search alone, except to mean to stay late. You know, stupid you are, Miyakun. Not
大阪
stupid,
こそバカなこと
stupid.
言うなよな。マスターは人目のあるところ。
It's not a question to fight during the daytime.
じゃあ聞くけど、
Are there people watching us now? No. Huh? What's she talking about? I don't even need to check if there are people around. There's no one around. Nani? Why is this? Conveniently, there's no one here. There's no one on the third floor anyway. I'm sure that's the same with the red tinted building is quiet. I bet there are only teachers remaining on the first floor.
ようやく分かったみたいね。
Seems you finally understand. Geez, I was more
朝
pissed
は
than
あ
astonished
れ
this
だけ
morning.
教えてあげたの。
Saying so angrily, Tosaka rolls up her sleeve. Okay, so now's about the time. Around the time where I get the choice but don't get it. Ah, a slender white arm on the feminine arm, something like a glowing tattoo. What is not the command spell? Could it be? Even though I don't have one, it must be the proof of Magus. I'm curious if it's going to give me a skip scene here, or if it's slightly different because I don't get a choice.
説明するまでもないわ
I
よ
don't
ね
need to。explain to you,
こ
right?
れが私の家で
Crystallization, the magic. Yes, a magic crest is like an anchor to Batubu. There's no difference. She's so good and stuff, and eventually she gives part of that to me. Magic crystals like separate magic circulars formed by the magic putting magical energy into it.
アーチャーは帰らせた
Told
わ
her。she to go home. Magic emotion that makes me realize that she's serious. You can run away, but there's no idea what to. She coldly says so, but my head's spinning. Fight here? Why does it have to be here? Why does it have to be now? And why do I have to fight against Tosaka? Because you said no to teaming up with her, you dolt.
待て、父さん。お前正気か。
This is the
ここ学
school.
校だぞ。
その時はその時よ。
I'll think about when that time happens.
私
After I
ね、
beat you and
目
Shinji
の
shows
前の
up,
チャンス
then
を
we can
逃さ
fight.
ない主義なの。
If he shows up, he
エミ
might
ヤ
not
君に
even
は悪いけど、ここで片付けさせてもらうわ。
may not even make a move if he is related to Aiko's disappearance and Aiko never disappears this time. He might not even make a move in that case. Maybe he's already dead in this version of events. Hard to say. You know, we can't know because it ends before we can ever find out. I'm taking care of you right here and now. It did say it's weird for Shinji to be late. To be gone 2 days in a row because he was gone yesterday as well, as far as he knew.
それに、今日みたいにフラ
You
フラ
can't
さ
have
れ
you
てた
walk
ら、
about carelessly.
だから待って
Hold
って。
on!
あなたになくても私にはあ
Prepare
るの。
yourself, Shiro! She moves her arm and starts the fight. Dashes! What sort of magic is it? The instant she points her left hand at me, my vision is filled with light. Lipseat's about 4 steps forward to the stairs, leading to the second floor. Okay. About 4 steps forward to the stairs, leading to the second floor. This is no time to think. I skip a choice? Ah, okay. Just gives me the exact scene. Alright. Alright. And then it gives me a Taiga Dojo? Sure, skip it. Cool. Alright. Okay, so it seems the main thing that was different was just that we never found out about Ayako. And I would just like to confirm that I'm not crazy for a second. GG indeed. That sounds correct in my mind space. But, does it sound correct to people watching? We just didn't find out about Ayako, but we did in the other version by then already, didn't we? That sounds right in my mind space. Because if nobody confirms for me, I'm going to have to find out myself the hard way. I'm going to do it. I'm doing it until someone says something. Hold on, I'm loading up the UBW. Grumble, grumble. I'm talking too fast. I'm acting too fast for people to respond because my chat has a delay anyways. Timeline 1 Shiro is even dumber. At least Timeline 2 Shiro had an excuse that he was looking for Aiko. Yeah, Timeline 1 is just like, I should look for that master thing, yeah. I'm sure that I'm right, but I'm double checking anyways just to make myself feel more right. Also to see this scene again. Because unlike with Timeline 1, like with Timeline 1 after I got the ending, I could like see this screen a lot in all the pre-streams before I started things up when I was looking around for bullshit. But in timeline 2, I did all the bullshit before I got the good ends. There's no more bullshit to do. I'm not gonna see the screen much. So it's a good excuse. Right. I can load this up, really? That's weird. Sure, yeah, let's load this up then, because the game will know what this is. And we will control like crazy through this. Control, 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 control. What? Sakura, I guess. Skip, yes. 5th day, way to school. Skip, yes. Compensation for the pride. Hold on, maybe not. It's past 7 o'clock. Right. This is the scene. And then Ayako is the thing we find out about, right? Because he still feels he feels cooties. I understand that he feels cooties.
気のせいかな。
And then, after he feels cooties? Oh, this happens right away? Okay, I thought that he... he finds out about from Issei? I thought he, like, talked to someone earlier, but I guess it's after. Because he goes looking. We see him go looking. So it skips his whole looking and talking to Issei. It's when he goes looking that he finds out more information, I guess. Yeah.
父さん、
So, past this, after this? I don't think it's likely to ignore someone who greeted her. Uh-huh.
別に信じなや。
He still notices Shinji. I think this works technically, or did I somehow dovetail myself back on timeline 1 by loading the save point? That shouldn't be a thing. I don't have anything particular to do.
やっぱり昨日
Am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy.
時間はある。
Shouldn't be that dangerous for me to search alone. Wait, he still... Am I crazy, or did I just load the save point and so the game remembers, and so it gives me this version?
俺一人じゃ無理か。夜になったらセイバーと一緒にもう一度調べに来よう。
Wait, so if I just skip all the way... Hold on. It just goes straight to the fight. Do I get a choice? No, I don't. It doesn't give me the choice. Weird. So I can load this version of events, but it doesn't put me onto the Timeline 2 version of events. I guess because the Timeline 1 version exists, it'll just put you in the Timeline 1 version. I thought it would just shift you into the Timeline 2 version if you load on the Timeline 2. So, okay. In that case, I have to... Blah, 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 blah. Where do we go? Wait, I know this. Don't help me. This is 5th. This should work, right? Control, 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 control. Yes. Skip. Way to school. Morning school. Yes, don't skip because it mentions Ayako. That's interesting. So, you can load up the Timeline 1 version. I thought it would just shift you on to the Timeline 2. Okay, now that makes me even more curious about something else then. I think I know the answer, but, skip a little bit, skip a little bit. Stressed out. Skip, 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 skip. Huh. Then... I run into Tosaka. Yo, I know I greet her, but Tosaka was in his face. Chicken uniform. Tosaka blah doo boo. And then she walks away. Huh? What was that? How about doobie doo? I don't know how booby doos work. The strange feeling hits me when I get into my classroom. Someone was just like always, I head to my seat. There are about 10 meters. I look around in the bag. Shinji's absent. Come to think of it, he wasn't at the club yesterday either. God, okay, this seems this. What about Ayako? Am I... No, yes, this is a scene that exists. Lunchtime. Okay. Weird. Okay. Okay, now I gotta check something else. I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but, like, the game recognizes the Timeline 1 version. So, if the Timeline 2 recognizes the Timeline 1 version and just lets you bad end without giving you a choice, then... Shouldn't theoretically this Timeline 1... No, Timeline 1 can't let you recognize the Timeline 2 version. I gotta fucking check now. This is gonna be the last thing we do. But then when I come back next week, we'll start timeline 3, I suppose. But it's I gotta know. So if I load up timeline 1, can I access timeline 2? I don't think so. But now I have to check. Would it give me the different scene? No. Maybe it'll give me the different scene, but still force me onto the bad ending and not give me the choice. That's so weird. So if I load here and I load up on 15, page 14, I can load this. This is timeline 2's version. We're on timeline 2's version. We're gonna control through blah 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 blah. Every day skip. On school. No, this seems to be the... Yeah, no, this is the wrong scene, right? Or is it? Hold on. Yeah, this is the wrong scene. Okay. So, timeline 2, you can load up the timeline 1 version, but timeline 1, you only ever load up the timeline 1 version, even if you try to load up a timeline 2 version of the save. Interesting. It's interesting how the game is coded. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. It had a different name, but let me just skip through a little bit of this more, just to be sure. The scene had a different name, but I'm just about done anyway, so I'm just going to give myself a chance to prove myself wrong. Let me just see. Do I end up in the lunchroom? Will I end up in the lunchroom? Am I going to be in the lunchroom? I'm tapping control. There's no lunchroom. All right, just making sure. All right, so return top. So, that is going to be it for the day. And that'll be it for the week. If you're watching this on YouTube, that doesn't matter, though. Unless it does. I don't know. I guess I'll just end it here, then. I'll see you guys next time. Still don't have an outro phrase. Next time, we start timeline 3, I guess. I don't know exactly if I want to start... Okay, here's the thing. With timeline 2, I veered into timeline 2 from timeline 1 accidentally, because there was a bad end. If such a bad end exists for timeline 3, I have not stumbled onto it. And I'm done looking for it. So, I'm assuming the change starts after you summon Saber, based on how timeline 2 went. But I can't know for sure, so I guess I start straight from the beginning. I know Wise complained about timeline 3 recaps. No, but I might do it again anyways. You know, third time's the charm. Maybe. I'll decide over the weekend. I could also just start from, you know, the third day, but, like, I could not. I'll think about it. But anyway, see you guys next time. Still no outro phrase. Stop recording.